Hello there and welcome to the Heat Army podcast. We are live here from Gateshead International Stadium in the build-up to Gateshead versus Bradford Park Avenue. Gateshead still top of the league and looking to keep it that way this afternoon with another 3 points as they take on Bradford Park Avenue, who are occupying the lower reaches of the league in the National League North. It's non-league day here as well, and the crowd is still trickling in nicely here in the Tyne stands. So the crowd, it should be absolutely fantastic atmosphere. My name is David Garrett. It's an absolute pleasure to be bringing you the commentary today. I'm joined by Charlotte Potts, who's been with us a few times. We weren't expecting to have her back on, but we're lucky enough to have her back on this season. And Charlotte, you were here on Tuesday, and the lads are just firing on all cylinders at the minute.
Oh, it was great to be back on Tuesday, seeing them carry the momentum that I've seen them have before I left. They're only just getting stronger and stronger every game, I think.
They certainly are, and just saying, we've seen the first hat-trick of the season as well, Kedwin Scott, and he tied up the highest top goal scorer competition with Macaulay Langstaff. Of course, they've got more than 22 goals each in all competitions, but in the league, 22 each, and you'd love to have one player hitting 22 goals in your squad, let alone two.
Trust me, I'd love to have at least one of them.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic at the moment. And of course, as I say, Paul Blackett is another player that is in double figures, and it would be nice today if Adam Campbell could get himself another goal and get himself into double figures again. Then I don't think there'd be a team anywhere above us in the entire English football pyramid that has 4 strikers on double figures.
Do you know what? Adam Campbell is just on fire. I think I can say he's been my favourite player of the season for Gateshead this year.
Well, he was signed, and I'd say he had been playing here many seasons ago on loan from Newcastle United, and it's a very different player to what we have now to what we had then. I think he came in as the man to run onto it from the knock-on from a big man. That was the type of player he was, running onto the ball, approach as you will.
Yeah.
But now his game has just completely changed. He's a absolute. Well, he's a tranquilizer in there as well. He's making things happen. He's stopping things from happening for the opposition. He's tracking back. I mean, at one point he was even at right back on Tuesday night. He's covering every blade of grass.
Do you know what? It's his initial press, the speed that he goes at to defenders when they've got the ball. They can't cope with the pressure.
Yeah.
It makes the other team have to think quick, and when they're dropping so far back towards their own goal, that puts a lot of pressure on defenders.
Well, as I said, we're just talking about pressure. I mean, even in the dying moments of the game, in injury time on Tuesday night, Gateshead was still pressing like they were 1-0 down, and that just shows you everything about what this team's about this season. Yes, there's a lot of pressure, a lot of hard work, but there's a lot of skill involved there. There's been some silky smooth goals and passages of play this season that you wouldn't be out of place in the Champions League.
Absolutely. I mean, you're talking about the skill, but that passion and that work ethic, it's so evident.
It certainly is. And also as well, I feel like I owe an apology to Greg Ollie. I don't know if any of his family will be listening to this. I said it was a speculative ball at best down the right-hand wing for the Macaulay Langstaff goal. In fairness, though, you would never have thought that finish would have come from a ball down for the striker just to chase it when he's got 3 players around him. It was beautiful, but when you look back at it, it was a beautifully weighted ball forward.
Absolutely, he does that really well, doesn't he? So when the amount of pressure on him, he just gets himself out of situations. He sort of drags players in towards him like glue and frees up the other his teammates.
He certainly does, and I'd say Greg Ollie, I think it's 22 league assists as well. So, I mean, we're talking about goals, but you've got to have people creating them for you. And having Greg Ollie in his first season as captain, you couldn't really ask for much more. And he's amongst the goals himself.
He leads in the middle, doesn't he? He just controls everything.
He certainly does. Well, we do have the team here. This is how Gateshead line up. It is Philip Marshall in goal, Robbie Tinkler, Carl Magnier, Lewis Story, Taylor Charters. In midfield, it is Owen Bailey, Greg Ollie. Conor Malley comes in for Dan Ward, who drops to the bench. Adam Campbell, Macaulay Langstaff and Kedwin Scott. And the bench is very strong here. Jack Hunter, Elliot Forbes is back in contention to be playing. He's on the bench. Dan Ward, Matty Jacob, and the returning James Montgomery gets a place on the bench this afternoon. This is how Bradford Park Avenue line up. They've got George Sykes, Ken Worthy in goal, Mark Ross, Lucas O'Dunstan, Harrison Hopper. Their captain is Luca Harvin, Sam Fielden, Lewis Knight, Simon Richmond, Richmond, Brad Doherty, Ollie Johnson, and Akeem Hines. On the bench, they've got Ryan Tolson, Liam Hall, Jordan Windass, Taylor Reagan, and Nikki Clee. So we'll go through them again when the teams come out. We're about 10 minutes away from kickoff here, and as I mentioned before, it is non-league day here, and both sides to us, right along the stand, Charlotte, there's quite a few here, and hopefully, I'm just going to stand up here, hopefully I don't knock anything, but yeah, well, I would definitely say there's over 1,000 in the stand at the moment, but that's a guesstimation. Don't hold me to that when the attendance comes over. I think they are expecting about 100 from Bradford Park Avenue on the far side. They're in the east stand, baked in sunshine. It's quite nippy in the tiny wheel stand, isn't it? Here this afternoon.
Yeah,
it's
it is.
glorious out there. If you're not in Townside or around at the moment, it is absolutely beautiful. It was 17 degrees in the car when I pulled up. So it is nice when you're out in the sun. There's barely a cloud in the sky, and it is a perfect conditions for football. I think it's not too hot. It's just warm enough for it to be nice out there. I'd imagine after half time it might drop a little bit, but the conditions are absolutely perfect, aren't they?
Lovely day for a game of football.
It certainly is. The pitch is looking good for the time of year as well. There is one or two spots that are a little bit heavy in front of the Bradford Park Avenue dugout. There is a patch about a metre long, maybe half a metre wide. But apart from that, the rest of the pitch is looking in good nick. It is back end of March after all. A lot of football being played, a lot of weather here. It's a pitch that is open to the elements on the banks of the River Tyne. A lot of wind comes through. Can be made a hard pitch at times, but it looks absolutely spot on this afternoon. And just a little thing, we did put up a video highlights of the Q&A that was after the AGM on Thursday with Mike Williamson and Ian Watson. I said Ian busted there. Ian Watson. So Mark Curvers hosted that. We've got about an 18-minute video on our YouTube channel and on Facebook. So if you'd like to have a little look at that, please do. We're going to put up a little banner here as well. Let us know where you're listening from in the world as well. On Tuesday night, we had Tucson, Arizona. We had, I'm trying to think of some of the other places, but we were all over the map, and we'd like to know where you're listening from today as well. And while we're on doing a little bit of housekeeping, please do visit our website, heatarmy.com. We're going to be hoping to be adding more things to that. We just spoke with Gateshead photographer Charles Waff before we came on air, and he's looking to add some photos for us as well, and maybe even a little few of his favourite photos throughout the years as well. We've got messages. It's a fully interactive commentary. We'd love to hear from you. This was sent before we came on air. Davy Pat has put, come on the Heed. There's a canny crowd in the Nag's Head. So hopefully they'll be in fine voice once they've got a few liveners in them. They're still teaming in here. I think we're going to see a fantastic crowd here this afternoon, Charlotte. And we've got Emily Farkas who's at a Zoom meeting joining in ASAP. Well, we hope you're here. And Mickey Barris, who is my co-host on the Heed Army podcast, which is on Thursdays normally at 9 p.m. I don't know if it will be on Thursday this week, because I think there is a quiz coming on. I'll have to, for the Inspired Gateshead FC side, we'll let you know on social media. Crowds are looking normally reserved for big cup games here. The head of the playoff, sorry. Crowds like this are normally reserved for big cup ties or playoffs. Hopefully they go home happy and come back. Well, just as I say that, the crowd behind us is starting to get into it. It does have the feel of a big cup game, doesn't it?
It does.
You know what it is? I'm going to be a little bit, I'm going to turn up the FX mic so you get the crowd behind us, and hopefully you can really enjoy it. You may be able to see on the screen there, please do like and subscribe. We'd like to reach more people, and this is our social medias. Yes, that is how you follow us on social media. We're on all of the platforms. Just search Heed Army. And we've seen a man turn up in a dress and a hat. It is complete today. All we need is the football to start. So I'd imagine that's a stag do where people are still teaming in. This tiny wheel stand is going to be absolutely packed to the rafters. And hopefully they are given an absolute treat. And so just looking down there, you can see the sub bench. They're looking up to the stand. They're happy to see a big crowd here as well. Well, I'm quite jealous as well. Some people are walking in with pints. I could do with one of them myself. but we'll try and keep it as good, sensible as ever. We've got one here. We've got one from Paul McBrightly. Enjoying the stream. You always do a great job. Just wish I could be there. Still have COVID. All the best, Charlotte. Well, we hope you get better soon, and hopefully you'll be here very soon celebrating something if the team carries on the way they're going. But it is a top. Well, Gateshead are top of the league. They're clear by 3 points, but Brackley have a game in hand. Gateshead's goal difference is far superior, but Gateshead will be looking to add another 3 points to their tally and hoping that results go our way elsewhere. But Charlotte, we cannot look elsewhere. We've got to concentrate on what's going on. That would just be the cherry on the cake if Brackley drop points. But Gateshead have just got to do as they've been doing.
I mean, I say this going into my own games. You've got to focus on yourself. The lads spoke about that on in the conference, where they're just focusing one game at a time, even sometimes one training session at a time.
Well, I think that's Mike and Ian at the Q&A. They said they don't look at the league table. They're just concentrating on themselves, because Ian Watson gave a little insight to when he was at Darlington and they were chasing for promotion in the league title against Salford a few years ago, and he said he felt that the dressing room got obsessed with Salford, and it was detrimental to their progress, and ultimately they lost the championship. But as I say, I think both Mike and Ian, they know what they want to do and they know what they want the team to do, and they've installed quite a belief in this side, haven't they?
Yeah, I think their philosophy as coaches and as managers, it's great to just be mindful, to not listen to outside noise, to alleviate the pressures.
Definitely. It's just absolutely great. But we want you to share this stream as well. We want as many people as possible joining in and hearing about this wherever you are in the world. And you can hear behind us the roar of the Heed Army as Gateshead are led out by Greg Ollie, wearing that number 10 shirt and the captain's armband. Black and white checking shirts from Gateshead as ever. Bradford Park Avenue in we'll see gold or yellow. We'll go gold and black shorts. It's all set. All we need now is the action to get underway. But this is the team that will get us underway. It's Philip Marshall in goal, Robbie Tinkler, Carl Magny, Lewis Story, Taylor Charters, Owen Bailey, the captain Greg Ollie, Conor Malley starts, Adam Campbell, Macaulay Langstaff and Kedwin Scott. On the bench, if we need these players, is Jack Hunter, Elliot Forbes, Dan Ward, Matty Jacob and James Montgomery. As I just had a pint thrown over us there. Literally, just on the back. That was great. We've got George Sykes Kenworthy is in goal for Bradford Park Avenue. Mark Ross, Lucas O'Dunstan, Harrison Hopper, Luca Harvin, Sam Fielden, Lewis Knight, Simon Richmond, Brad Doherty, Ollie Johnson and Akeem Hines. On the bench is Ryan Tolson, Liam Hall, Jordan Windass, Taylor Regan and Nicky Clay. And the pitch is bathed in sunshine as this mascot comes off. Massive grin on their face. So hopefully the fans will be leaving with an equally as big a grin at the end of the full time here. And the atmosphere is building up. It does feel like a cup game. Hopefully, in years gone by, dare I say, Gateshead sometimes in front of a big crowd don't turn up. I don't think we'll have that problem today.
I don't think we will either.
Well, we've got, the teams are just having the coin toss now. Wait for the two captains to get there. We're waiting for the Luca Harvin to get over. There he is. He's there now. And we're going to find out which way we are shooting here. It's a glorious day if you're just joining us here on Tyneside. The pitch is bathed in sunshine. It's a little bit nippy in the Tyne-and-Wear stand, but a few goals might liven that up here. And Charlotte people are still coming in.
Still coming with their pints down the stairs.
I mean, even on a good crowd here, you can still see the odd seat side to side to us. At the minute, I'm struggling to see.
I don't think I've seen it this full before.
I haven't.
Even against Charlton. I don't think we had this many in Charlton.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Well, the crowd is ready and primed. So are the players. Gateshead will be shooting from right to left towards the River Tyne. Bradford towards the Felon End. We're underway, and Bradford, well, we're not underway yet. Bradford are going to get us underway. We're just waiting for the referee. He's counting the players. And we just await the whistle. He's checking his linesman. Everybody's happy. Goalkeepers are happy. Will we be happy at the end of 90 minutes? We'll stay here. You won't miss a kick. Well, and we're underway. And Bradford launch it long up towards the gate of defence, headed forward. Bradford. Once we get the names and numbers, I'll be able to get you around there. But now it is Richmond who got the ball out to the left-hand side. I think it's Akeem Hines on the ball. Tries to cross it in. Nodded clear. Gateshead having to... Well, Ollie plays it off a play and it goes all the way back to Marshall. Early nerves. And Marshall rolls it out to Bailey, who puts it back to Magnay, who I think there was never any doubt about his skill, but he's settled in very quickly. I think it took him a little time to get up and running at the pace of the side, because he joined from Spennymoor where he had been part-time, but he looks like he's been here all season at the minute, Magnay, as he gets the ball again at his feet. Plays it across the defence to Lewis Story, who has been absolutely fantastic as well since arriving from Hebburn in the summer. Gateshead just happy to pass it around the back as Magnay turns on the ball, plays it across the defence again. Gateshead very comfortable on the ball at the back if you're listening for the first time. Charters plays it to Malley, who carries the ball forward, just plays it back to Bailey. He's in the centre circle. Pass it to Ollie, who's on the other side of the centre circle. Gets it through to Campbell. Nice turn, plays it through for Campbell. Oh, for Edwin Scott.
Just a little bit too straight.
But that's why Gateshead pass it around the back, because it makes the other team have to stretch and move out to try and get the ball. And when they do that, gaps appear.
And our attacking players just sit on their back four and they don't even know what to do. Half of them, they just drop off and they just give us so much respect.
Well, it's the interchangeable strike force of Campbell, Scott and Langstaff is a real worry for any defenders, as you just don't know where Campbell is going to pop up, let alone the other two.
Makes it hell for organising.
It certainly does. And to add into that, some flying wing backs and some attacking midfielders like Ollie in behind. Well, Campbell brings the ball down, lays it off to Langstaff, who's under pressure. Ollie gets the ball back, plays it down the line for Langstaff to chase onto. Just a little bit too much on that, and it's been put out of play by the captain Harvin on the far side. Tinkler comes to take this one. Gets it to Campbell. Back to Tinkler. Now Campbell plays it forward, looking for Macaulay Langstaff, but I think it's I'm trying to say the name, the number there. I can't see it on the far side, but Gateshead have the ball now through Charters. Plays it back to Story, who's just inside his own half, across to Magnay. It must be very frustrating for opposition when Gateshead are happy just to keep a hold of the ball, pass it around the back, and then all of a sudden break like lightning. As the ball comes down the left-hand side, can Ollie get to it? It's going to be, it's got down towards the corner, plays it off the player, and didn't go out. Still in, but there we go, as Edwin Scott has the ball, plays it inside to Malley. Malley dances past two players, still going with the ball, plays it off there, throw-in near the corner flag. So we were talking just before we came off air how comfortable Conor Malley looks moving with the ball. Just seems to stick to him, but Charters puts the ball in, deflection. It's going to go for a corner to Gateshead. Yeah, Malley looks very comfortable. He just seems to, I don't know, just it's not darting past, but just glide past players, doesn't it? He just seems to know how to move the ball.
He does. He's very fluent with the ball.
Well, Ollie places the ball down, as he's done all season. Now the ball comes in, goes towards the 6-yard box, and
it was a great cross near the front post.
Bailey was coming in, but gets to pick up the ball, gets it back to Ollie. Oh, just skipped through, and it is going to be Dunstan sees that out for a goal kick. 5 minutes in the 5th minute, it's 0-0 here. If you're just joining us, remember, full interactive. You can send us a message. Happy non-league day, everybody. Yes, we've got messages coming in. I will endeavour to get them out, but obviously I'll look for a break in play to read them out. We've got another one here. Afternoon, lads. 3-0 hopefully. And Milk Cow podcast. Been nervous as hell all morning. Hope we do the business and Spennymoor do us a favour. Well, at the moment we're just concentrating on Gateshead. I'm not looking at scores until half time as Magnay nods the ball forward, but it's been brought down by the captain and played up, but only as far as Tinkler, and Tinkler just slows it down and calmly passes it back to Marshall, who in turn gives it to Story. Mali drops deep and plays it back to Marshall. Now Magne can play a ball forward, gets it to Campbell. Thought he had under hit that one for a second, but Campbell lays it off to Ollie, and Gator trying to on the attack here as Langstaff has it on the right side of the box, tries to cross it in, but cleared out for a throw-in.
Bradford Park Avenue, they sort of like don't know whether they want to press or if they want to drop.
There's a little bit of nervousness in the communication between the midfield and defence isn't the greatest at the moment. Hopefully Gator can capitalise on that as Tinkler has the ball. He's got a bit of space. Can play it to Campbell, who controls it well. Crosses the ball in. It's deep, too deep. But Ollie can pick up the loose ball on the left-hand side of the box. Plays it to Charters. Now Mali, who has to play it across to Bailey in the centre of the pitch. Now it's on the right-hand side with Tinkler. Tinkler now just plays it back to Magne. Magne across the defence to Story. Very high line from Gateshead. They're just on the edge of the centre circle in their own half, but played forward to Campbell. Campbell gets it through to Scott. Holds it up well. He needs to get this ball in the box as he looks to cross it in. Grass cutter cleared out. They're only as far as the Gateshead shirt. Oh, appeals for a penalty as I think it was Tinkler went down.
And there was that press we were talking about from Adam Campbell. He just never gives up.
Well, crossfield ball here over to O'Dunstan, who controls it, looks to find a teammate and plays it off Campbell.
And he's there again.
It is. It's just constant pressure, and
he's all open.
There's been a lot of goals this season that have came just from the pressure out of nothing. You know, we're forcing players to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Big thank you to everyone that's joined us. Please do share and subscribe. It really does help. We want to reach as many Gateshead fans and new fans as possible. It's non-league day here. The stand is full. There's still people coming in as the ball's headed forward and out for a throw next to the Gateshead dugout to Bradford Park Avenue. So Dunstan launches it into the centre. Bailey's there, header clear. Campbell there, gets it to O'Malley. It isn't O'Malley, it's Malley. It's Malley. Gets it across now. Tinkler has the ball. Don't know why I called him O'Malley. If he scores a screamer, I'll be shouting O'Malley. Well, Taylor Charters lays it off to Ollie, who crosses the halfway line with the ball, plays it down the line, and Langstaff can get in front of the defender. He has. He needs some support though to Charters. Charters looks to play it inside, and it's going to fall to Langstaff. Can he get a shot off? Oh, deflected and cleared, but it's not that far away as Charters wins the header. Nodded forward by Bailey. Ollie brings it down. Tries to get it through to Campbell, but the ball goes out for a Gateshead throw nonetheless. Level with the corner of the box here on the left-hand side of the pitch.
It's their reactiveness. If an attack doesn't happen, to still make something of it not happening.
It certainly does. As I say, no ball's dead, is it, in a Gateshead mindset? And the ball, wicked bounce there for Magne, but he's able to recover. And Marshall has the ball now at his feet. And he lays it off to Story.
Who has settled in very nicely, by the way.
And certainly have. As Gateshead FC ladies manager just comes past us there with a big smile on his face. Simon Johnson, as Ollie there would go. That was a nice alert play from Ollie just to dance in there and steal the ball. Now it's with Campbell in the centre. Campbell plays it inside to Scott, who controls it well. Lays it off to Mali. Mali takes a touch, gives it to Campbell. This is good stuff from Gateshead. Goes for a shot. Oh, over the bar. And it's just the passing at the moment. I know it's early days. We're into the 9th minute, the end of the 10th minute of the game. But the passing just seems to be just out of reach of Bradford Park Avenue at the moment.
Looking over at the dugout as well. What do we do?
Well, we wait for
a lot of indecisiveness in them.
Well, Sykes Kenworthy places the ball down. He's all in light blue. Marshall all in bright pink. Just to paint the picture here. There's Sykes Kenworthy. I think has been kept in by Hind, I think it was. Gator trying to get the ball forward. Mali now drives forward with the ball. He's got support. He gets it to Campbell on the right hand side. Plays it. Oh, well, he got a corner there. I thought he had kicked it straight out in the initial thought, but it's a corner to Gateshead, and Gateshead looked very dangerous on the attack. We had Langstaff and Scott just prowling in on the edge of the 6-yard box there when the ball come in.
Bradford Park Avenue's back four has been forced to be very tight and compact. It's almost as though if they split, that's when Gateshead find the gaps.
Certainly as well. Ollie with a corner from the far side where he's baked in sunshine at the moment. Takes it short to Campbell. Campbell plays it back to Ollie. He's on the dead ball line. Cross it in. Oh, Bailey couldn't get the header. It hasn't been cleared yet. Now it's been cleared. Only as far as Campbell, who has to adjust himself just to control it, gives it to Charters. Charters has nice ball forward, but it's going to fall to Malley from the clearance. Malley now under pressure, but he's holding the ball up. Can he get past his man? He's twisting and turning. Referee, I thought he might give a little bit of a. I thought there was a pull, but there wasn't. They just both went over. Now, number 9, Doherty tries to drive forward with the ball, runs into black and white shirts, and Gateshead have the ball under control again as Charters plays it back to Story.
Story just calming the game down. His experienced head, reading the game well.
Oh, lovely ball on the right hand side to Langstaff. Can he get there? Ollie's lovely little weighted ball there. As I say, I didn't know what I thought he was going to turn, but he just quickly touched it through to Langstaff. But the ball just went out for a throw into Gateshead on the far side. Quickly taken. Campbell has the ball now. Plays it down the line to Ollie. Now played inside. And Langstaff. Oh, that was close. Offside flag goes up. We are getting updates that Brackley are winning 1-0 against Spennymoor at the moment. Yet to be confirmed. But yeah, well, doesn't matter what goes on there. As long as Gateshead concentrate on their game, they'll still be top come 5 o'clock. Well, a free kick is going to be taken here after that offside decision. 12 minutes gone, nearly into the 13th minute. 0-0 here. Gateshead having much better of the ball if you are just joining us. Remember, if you're a Gateshead fan, you just find us, subscribe. You won't miss a commentary in the future. As Charters brings the ball forward here on the left-hand side, plays the ball down line for Campbell. Oh, defender had to get that to his teammate and the pressure again, but it was Hopper does well to turn his man, plays it down the right-hand side, and it's Knight chasing onto the ball, but Story's there, gets in front of him, and calmly plays it back to Marshall. I was worried there for a second. I thought Story might have had a foot race on there, but he just calmly walked in front of him and took the ball.
Yeah, he's one step ahead with his brain, reading the game.
Well, Marshall just walks with the ball with his feet out of the box. There's off to Magne, who can bring the ball forward on the right-hand side, but just checks himself and plays it back to Marshall. It's almost a back 5 for Bradford Park Avenue.
Yeah, they have.
The wing backs are sitting very deep. I haven't said that. I think the left wingers went a bit further forward, and the ball over the top to Tinkler, and it's been cleared. Langstaff trying to win the ball, but it's been hit off. The captain tried to clear it, and unfortunately come back. Oh, nearly a poor back pass. I thought Kedwin Scott was going to get onto it there. But just after I said the back 5, the left winger, beating in midfield there, and now it's Richmond, plays the ball forward, and great recovery tackle there from Bailey. This ball's still not cleared yet as number 4, Hopper, gets the ball across, been cleared. It's going to be a throw in on the far side, but just as going back to there, when the left winger who left the back 5 there, that's where the gap opened and the ball went through.
I think there's been some sort of communication now, because Bradford Park Avenue seem much more organised and the passing players on, and Gateshead need to be wary of that now, because they're breaking up the play and they're recognising the counter attack.
Yeah, that's probably the best we've seen from Bradford Park Avenue so far in this match, but it's going to be a long throw on the far side from Lewis Knight. He's onto the running track, and he's got a good 5-metre run up here, and he's going to launch this in. It's as good as a corner, that throw, but headed clear by Magni, only as far as Richmond, who couldn't get a shot off. Ollie now clears it up the pitch, but there's nobody there, and Gateshead have to push their line up as the keeper, Sykes Kenworthy, right next to his own dugout, pumps that ball forward, nodded back by Taylor Charters there to Marshall. Yeah, they've just seemed to have got a little bit more communication in the midfield there, because I think, what's his name, number 4, Harrison Hopper's definitely got a little bit more involved, hasn't he, in the last few minutes. But Gateshead tried to build again as Malley has the ball inside his own half. Plays it to Story, who's in the centre of the pitch. Now across to Magne.
Gateshead not moving the ball quite as quick as they normally do.
Not at the moment, but I think that's Just trying to draw the Bradford Park Avenue players out of position as the ball's played forward for Campbell to run onto. It's been passed back, though Dunstan didn't keep it in. Out it goes for a throw halfway inside the Bradford Park Avenue half. Just in front of us here, left-hand side of the pitch. Charters gives it to Malley. Malley plays it inside to Campbell. Campbell across to Ollie. In the centre of the pitch, gives it to Malley. Malley's got Charters here on the left-hand side if he needs him. He's dancing past his player. Now he puts it into the middle. But only cleared as far as Ollie. Ollie nods it out to Charters. The youngster on loan from Carlisle United. Gives it back to Ollie. Malley was given a slow ball back there. Now out it went for a throw-in to Bradford. Well, Sam Clark, he's put gutted he couldn't be here because of COVID, but glad to be listening. Heed Army, perfect Saturday, hopefully. There's O'Dunstan, plays the ball, or throws the ball up the line, but gets defence, get it under control, and Bailey calmly gives it back to Story, and Story in turn will put it across the defence to Magnay. Tinkler, back to Magnay. Now Story again. Back to Magnay. Out to Tinkler. It's just on the halfway line. He's going to pass this back to Magnay. Story. Gateshead patient in the build-up with now Taylor Charters. Plays inside to Malley. Back to Story.
This is better when they utilise the width to create gaps going forward.
Gives you like two extra men in midfield, having the wing backs getting involved the way they do. As Charters now plays it forward towards Oliver. It's intercepted by O'Dunstan, who wants some movement from his players in front of him, and it was cleared out for a throw in here near the dugout of Bradford.
I think they've been neglecting our fullbacks recently, and I mean, once you use your fullbacks, not only do you create that width and opportunities for the midfield to come and get on it, it opens the angles up.
It certainly does, and we know exactly what Robbie Tinkler can do. He's always an 8 out of 10 at worst, and Taylor Charters has added another dimension to Gateshead down the left-hand side. But the ball is with Magnay at the minute. Just turns, passes it across the defence again to Story, out to Charters on the left-hand touchline. Malley, back to Charters, back to Story. And though it might not be the prettiest thing on the eye, it's like a game of chess. They're just waiting to try and draw out a move from Bradford. But they're passing it round at the moment as the ball goes over the top. Now Scott's in a foot race with the captain, Haven, but he's going to see that out for a goal kick. Although I did say there, it's not pretty. It depends on how you're watching the game. If you're wanting, to see attacking football over and over, then that might be your bag. But for me, at the moment, it's quite nice to watch the build-up and wait for them gaps to appear. The way Gateshead have done all season. I know it can be frustrating to some fans when they see us pass it back to the goalkeeper, but it's the proof's in the pudding, isn't it, of what is achieved with our brand of football.
I mean, you're talking about a game of chess there, and that's what it's turning out to be. It's becoming very tactical.
Oh, and Harrison Hopper losing out to Charters there. The ball goes out for a Gateshead throw. See, Ollie Johnson and Brad Doherty, they're not having much of the ball today, are they, at all, the two forwards. As ball's nodded down. Doherty beaten, the ball goes over the top. McCoy Langsdorff, and he was hoping to latch onto that, but the captain read it well, intercepted. Richmond beaten by, and that's a foul, pulled back. Owen Bailey was pulled back by Richmond. Free kick just inside the Gateshead half here on the left-hand side of the pitch. Left-hand side of the centre circle, should I say. There's Charters, receives the ball from the quick kick. Scott turns, plays it, beautiful ball to Macaulay Langstaff on the left-hand side of the box. Can he get a ball across? He can. Is anyone there? Oh, it's cleared back across. And the captain will just scramble to clear this back up the pitch and relieve the pressure. But Story's there to grab the ball. Gateshead still camped out inside the... Oh, it's fell back to Ollie, the clearance. Now Campbell There's appeals for for him to shoot, but the ball was cleared. And Magny calmly, oh, lovely stuff, just nods the ball into the air, then clears it to Story, and Gateshead can build again as Bailey brings the ball forward. Plays it to Mally. Mally under pressure, holds the ball up well up, finds Ollie, lovely vision as Ollie now can play the ball through to Langstaff. He holds it up on the edge of the box, out to Campbell. Now Ollie, can he get across in right side of the box? He can't. Oh! Kedwin Scott laces away from contact and it skims past the post.
I think Bradford Park Avenue's back four sitting so narrow. It's going to be very difficult for us to play our usual game and playing them through balls. What we've just seen there, Gateshead going wide, getting across the box. We might have to do that more often, Dave.
I know. I think they're going to have to probe that way. Say that it looked like it's not the quickest defence, but as you say, the nullifying that by the way they've set themselves out. We've got a message here from Arizona supporters branch listening again. Flying back to the UK on Thursday, though. Just found out my connecting flight from Heathrow has been put back 3.5 hours. Well, hopefully 3 points a day will make them 3.5 hours seem less. So, yeah. But it's a throw into Gateshead just inside their own half on the right-hand side. Ball went forward and to nobody. And Bradford quite happy for that to go out for a goal kick.
Yeah, Bradford Park Avenue's been doing their homework, how to adapt to our attacking form. I think we're going to have to adapt to their defensive form here.
Definitely. There's going to have to be some probing and trying to pull players out of position. We're about to enter we're in the last 10 seconds of the 22nd minute. Still 0-0 if you joined us. And the referee, he's not happy with the stalling tactics of the Bradford Park Avenue goalkeeper here. He's just asked him to speed it up as they play it out from the back. Campbell closes down Sykes Kenworthy, but he clears the ball right up the pitch. Magnier wins the header, brought down well by Langstaff, who dinks it out to Ollie. Now Scott has the ball. Can he get the ball into the box? It's skimmed off the defender's ankles there and picked up by Ollie Johnson, who drives forward with the ball, plays it off Tinkler, but it lands back at Johnson's feet. Now Knight tries to get past Magnier, but he's been like and slipped by Magnier. Knight gets a shot off. He scored, but the foul's been given. And tell you what, I'd like to see if we had a replay option here in the commentary position. It'd be quite interesting that, because it did look as if Magnier slipped, but it must have been a push.
I don't think that was a foul.
Well, still 0-0 here. I say there might have been
got away with that lightly.
I say it'd be interesting to see. I don't think we'll be able to see it on the highlights if there's what exactly happened there. Oh, beautiful ball. Oh, Langstaff just couldn't get a touch on it. He was through, but the ball just skimmed past towards Sykes Kenworthy. Well, Tinkler nods the ball forward. Up in the air. Ollie wins the header. Is it going to fall? Yes, it has. As Kedwin Scott's battling for the ball inside his own half. Holds it up well. Tinkler. Plays it all the way back to Marshall. Young goalkeeper on loan from Aston Villa until the end of the season. Came in and made that number 1 shirt his own. There's Story. Plays it out to Charters. Charters cuts inside. Gets past Hopper with ease. Gets it. Oh, that was a crucial interception there, because Langstaff would have been through. And now Dunstan plays the ball forward in the forward line. I think it was Lewis Knight. Didn't time his run at all there, did he? He would have been off, but it went straight through to Marshall. And a little bit of communication between Mike Williamson and Story. Wants them to push a little bit higher up. There's a ball towards Tinkler. Goes straight through to Sykes Kenworthy. As we wait for Sykes Kenworthy to distribute this ball as he places it down and kicks it up the pitch. Charters wins the header. Ball skims through. Can Scott get there? He can, but he couldn't control it. And now Harvin, the captain, can play it forwards, and that's got to be offside. Surely Knight, went up late, that one, the flag. He wasn't really going anywhere if he had got the ball. In truth, it went out on the far side. But it's a free kick to Gateshead.
Gateshead sort of recovering the ball from a Bradford attack, and the way to attack in numbers, it might be the case that they have to just go for it and recognise when Bradford are disorganised.
Well, ball to Tinkler on the right-hand side. That's beautiful. Brought down. Oh, and out it goes for a corner. Lovely stuff. Good control from Tinkler. And Scott was running onto it, but the leg came out from Bradford, and it's a corner on the far side. That part of the pitch still bathed in sunshine, as about a third of the pitch is starting to be covered by the shadow of the Tyne Weir stand. And Ollie takes a few steps back now. In it comes, and well, it curled away from everybody, and it was cleared by Richmond. And now Tinker up. Free kick given. Must have been a push. That's the only thing I can think it was. Free kick to Bradford Park Avenue, which the goalkeeper will take just outside his box. Well, see, we played Bradford Park Avenue in the FA Cup earlier this season. It finished 6-2. It was a game that was quite similar, to be honest, in the first half. The goals didn't come until the second half. I wouldn't expect that many goals this afternoon.
No,
I think Bradford look a different unit to what they did earlier in the season. They've held their shape well. They're nullifying us in certain areas, but going forward, we've seen the ball over the top. We've seen them try and use the channels. They don't seem to have much pace from what we've seen so far.
I think they're just going to wait for their opportunity where they'll find some luck.
Well, Hines skips past a few players and goes out for a throw on the far side to Bradford.
That was actually my co-commentary debut.
Was that your co-commentary debut, that one?
It was.
Well, let's see if history can repeat itself.
6-2.
Oh. Gator fans in great voice.
This is what we need. Let's get the atmosphere going.
Well, we're waiting for this. I think it's Mark Ross on the far side. They want him to take this throw. He's took it now. And it falls to, couldn't see the shirt number there, but now Bradford have the ball on the edge of the boxes. It's Ollie Johnson gets it out now to O'Dunstan here. Ball forward, and it's going to hop. They're going to try and chase it down. Out it goes for a corner. Bailey was back there covering. And that's the first time they've tried to stretch over the fence across the box there. That's it. 29 minutes gone. Corner to Bradford Park Avenue here. We wait this corner to be taken by Ollie Johnson. Now it comes into the box. Marshall just plucks that out the air.
Easy for Marshall. We're looking to counter-attack.
And as we're driving now, as Macaulay Langstaff drives with the ball into the centre, tries to dance past his man, but Akeem Hines was there just to cut it out, and the ball forward, and the offside flag goes off on the counter-attack from...
You see, that was what I was talking about, Dave. We're going to have to recognise where we can counter-attack quickly.
Yeah, they're going to hit us in a certain way. It's not going to be a full-out foot race, but they're going to try and pick us out when we're keeping this high line, as it goes out for a goal kick on the far side to Bradford Park Avenue. Just having a little look around. Curiosity's got the better of me. We'll see what scores are around the National League at the moment. Darlington are winning 2-0 at home to Boston. Blythe are losing 2-0 at home to Hereford. And Southport winning 2-0 away to Alfreton Town. Chester are winning 1-0 away to Guiseley. Gloucester are beating AFC Fylde 1-0. And I think that is as it is around the leagues at the moment. And yeah, so there we go. Gateshead with the ball. Tinkler plays it back to Magny, who's under pressure, has to play it all the way back to Marshall, and Story instinctively just goes into space to receive the ball to give the option but he isn't used on this occasion. And the ball is now with Magnay, who plays the ball to Malley, who turns his man. Plays to Tinkler, back to Campbell, who's in that right back spot again. And Magnay, great win with the ball. Now Campbell latches onto it. Referee gives a foul for that one, and Bradford Park Avenue not amused by that decision.
They're trying to protest that. It was an obvious foul.
As it's been taken, can we get the shot off? Quickly taken, and it's a good save there from Sexton. Campbell goes for the shot. And he's on target, just easy for the goalkeeper to save that one there. And Gateshead just trying to change a gear here. 31 minutes gone, 0-0 if you want just join us. Gateshead with much of the possession, but they're still yet to break that defence.
Such a stop-start game, Dave, isn't it?
The Sykes Kenworthy now takes his kick up the pitch. Tinkler wins the ball. Nice little flick from Ollie. Now Malley has the ball. Gives it to Campbell. Ollie again. Nice passing from Gateshead. Getting the ball moving. Ball goes through. Oh, it's going to fall to Langstaff. Going to get the shot. He checks his man. He's going to lay it off to Campbell. Back to Langstaff. Shot. Oh! Unselfish to a fault there. I thought one of them might have just snapped at it, but credit to Bradford Park Avenue. They closed them down.
Goalkeeper done very well there, considering the passing inside of the box by Gateshead. It went back and forward twice. Readjusted to save that shot excellently.
He certainly did. And Steve Martin put listening from Sonny Matlock, another solid performance in a clean sheet. Next Saturday is massive. Well, this is the only game that matters at this moment in time, as Gateshead try and build from the back again, as Magnay puts it across to Story. Now we've got the wing backs are quite high up the pitch as Campbell drops, plays it inside to Ollie, and now Gateshead can try and drive forward, but there was a foul. Free kick about 35 yards out here, right hand side, maybe 40 yards. It could be. It's quite far out, but this is a good chance to get the ball in the box.
If I can recall lightly, I'm sure Greg Ollie scored a free kick around this area.
I think it was a little bit further in on the right-hand side.
It was a little bit wide.
I think he did a nod and a bow afterwards as well, but let's see what he can do here.
This looks a little bit far out for a shot, though.
It does, but why not? But I think he's going to dink this one in towards, or went towards Story, but cleared. Campbell puts it back out to the left-hand side. Charters. Scott O'Dunstan for company, gets past him. Can he get past another man? Lays it off. Oh, Malley's got the ball, gets a shot off. Great save! Great save, but it's still with Gateshead. And now Scott has it on the right-hand side of the box, tries to cross it in. Now he gets it in second attempt. It's going to be headed clear, but only as far as Campbell. Gateshead have players camped out in the box as Ollie has it. Puts it down the line. Far side, Scott is still going, chasing it down. And now Bradford should, well, they haven't been able to clear the lines. And a free kick here, and this is shooting territory for Greg Ollie. Right. It's bang centre, maybe a little bit right of the D, but this is.
Louis Story done excellent there to intercept there.
I've said it a few times. He's had telescopic legs this season, and that one he got there and danced past. But this is a dangerous position. And Macaulay Langstaff fancies his chances. He's putting the ball down.
Bradford Park Avenue, by the way, twice inside, 10 players inside of their own box there for the whole minute of that attack.
Well, Kedwin Scott as well was doing well down the right-hand side of the box. He tried to shoot with one of them, crossed it in. Bradford just had to by hook or by crook get that ball clear. 34 minutes here, about to go into the 35th minute. Greg Ollie stands over the ball. The wall in front of him. What can the captain do? He steps up, hits the wall, but it's going to fall to Bailey. And was he fouled? It's another free kick in a very similar position. And the cards are coming out here. It's a yellow card. And this, Bailey's still down holding his ankle. Hopefully he's all right. But it was a clumsy tackle rather than a malicious one.
Clear intent.
Yeah.
Clear intent.
Wenke.
Thankfully he's up.
Yeah. Yeah, he's all right. But this is probably in a slightly better position. It's a bit more over to the right-hand side of the D. If he's going to go for a shot here, he's got a chance of getting up and over. And I think
it's not Greg Ollie.
Macaulay Langstaff's called this one and said, well, you had your chance on that one. So
hungry for goals.
He is.
Even more.
Well, 22 goals to his name this season in the league. He'll be wanting to add to it here. What can Macaulay Langstaff pull out the bag?
Yeah, for some reason I don't see Greg Ollie's usual confidence today.
Yeah.
I think he's being sort of played off the field.
Well,
by
I think we're going to see something
Bradford's
different here,
defence.
because there's a bit of a talk between Campbell and Langstaff.
They're all hungry for
They are,
goals.
they are. Langstaff hits it into the wall. It was only hip height. Didn't get the connection he wanted, but Magny is there to clear the ball back to Marshall. Well, we've got Sir Oz, he's listening from Turkey. Gates are playing strong. He's got the Gates goals coming. We are the champions. Well, we'll not get that far ahead, but thank you very much for sending the message. That's the Turkey branch of the Gateshead Supporters Club. Another pin in the map this afternoon. But now Gateshead can pass the ball to Magny, who calmly plays it all the way back to Marshall, who's about 25 yards out from goal. Playing like a sweeper, plays the ball over the top, and unfortunately straight through to his counterpart in the Bradford Park Avenue goal.
10 minutes left of the first half. We've got some momentum now. We need to make use of this momentum.
It would be ideal to go in ahead at half time and get that confidence up, but we'll have to keep playing our game. Chances will fall. And then the award for the shortest ball boy this season. He's wearing a high-vis vest, which looks like a dress. It's that big on him. Bless him. Doing really well down there today. Haven't heard who the ball boys are today. It'd be nice to give the team some recognition. Hopefully, if Ken is listening in the press box, we'll be able to hear that later on during an announcement. Well, through in on the far side to Bradford Park, and we're just inside there. And, we've got Bernard McWilliams. He's put, hi, lads and lasses. From a wedding in the sticks near Corbridge. The looks I'm getting on the commentary on speaker, I forgot my headphones. Well, hello, everybody there. Hope you're enjoying the nuptials, but this is more important. As the ball goes forward over the top towards Macaulay Langstaff, the captain Haven there, nods out, but Campbell with the press. He nearly got there. The ball bounced away, but Ollie wins it back. Drives down the right-hand side of the box. Can he get across in? Finds out Kevin Scott. Lays it off to Malik. It's a shot off past the post. It's a corner, though. Must have took a deflection. And Gateshead turning that proverbial screw and hopefully can get another chance on target.
Didn't quite get his body position right for a shot there. It was about 2 yards wide.
Well, I was just about to say, I hope the happy couple are enjoying the commentary today. This is a real pleasure to be being the highlight of your wedding. As Ollie is going to take this corner. In it comes towards the near post. It's been flicked, but it's come back to Ollie. Can Ollie get another delivery in? He can. Towards the back post. Keeper. Second attempt. Grabs that out the air. And he's clinging on to that like it was his newborn child there. Into the 39th minute. Can Gateshead breach this defence and get the ball in the back of the net? Cleared. Tinkler brings it down really well. Carries the ball forward himself. Try to play a ball through for... Well, the ball's come over the top there. Lewis Knight tried to bring the ball down. He beat the offside trap there and just couldn't control it. Marshall came out and claimed it. Now we've got Magny. Plays it across the Story. Starting to add a little bit more pressure the forward line from Bradford. I don't know if that's... Well, I'd imagine they've been told it, but there's a bit of frustration there. You can see, I mean, just looking at number 7 and number 9, they are absolutely drenched in sweat. They've been chasing the ball between Magny and Story all afternoon so far, but it is quite warm out there. Let us not forget. Well, lovely little dink ball forward to Charters. Can he get it inside? Nice touch from Scott. Scott goes for the shot. Keeper. Oh, how did he get that shot away from that angle? Quickly turned and snapped it in there. Just the keeper was there centrally, but that was a great strike.
Great effort.
If Bernard would like to give us the bride and groom's name, or groom and groom, or bride and bride, it would be nice to give them a shout out on their lovely day. There's Tinkler now. Plays the ball across the Story, across inside his own box there. Back to Marshall. Interesting there, I've just seen Lewis Knight. He did chase that ball down. The ball went back to Marshall, and he didn't chase him down. That just a little bit disheartened, I think, at the moment.
No, I think their main priority is making sure they're organised with the midfield behind them to ensure that they're blocking our midfield on getting on the ball.
But
like I say, Greg Ollie and Owen Bailey haven't had much to do with defence going forward at all because they just simply can't get on it.
Well, now it is going to be Campbell. Can play the ball down the line. Nice stuff. Tinkler, can he get across into the box? He's under pressure though, but he turns his man. Now he crosses it in. Oh, turns his man again. Crosses it. Oh, he didn't. He laid it off to Mally. Mally gets past his man, goes for a... No, I thought he was going to pull the trigger. Lays it off to Charters. The crowd screaming for a shot deflection. Goes out for a throw in here down next to the corner flag. And it's Stephen and Rachel Telfer Sutherland. Congratulations. Hopefully we can bring you 3 points here this afternoon and a lovely scream from myself for a goal. That's what every bride wants to hear, me screaming. There's Mally under pressure and took another throw into Gateshead.
Greg Ollie's certainly not happy. The defender's tugging his shirt and everything. They're determined to take Greg Ollie out of this game.
He's been instrumental so far this afternoon in set pieces and trying to pick out passes. Mally has it here on left hand side, gets down to dead ball and good defender from O'Dunstan. Comes off Mally and it's a goal kick. Thought he was injured there for a second, Mally, just the way he grabbed his ankle. But he's up, he's all right, and he's jogging back. Also as well, just while we're on, I know you'll probably not be listening, but if he does listen back, Danny Greenfield, all the best on your loan at Matlock Town. And just looking around the scores around our league, see if there's been any goals as the kick's been taken. Blythe are losing 3-0 now. They are hemorrhaging goals up there at Croft Park in recent games. And Spennymoor are still losing 1-0 at home to Brackley at the moment. We'll go through a full half-time scores later on. There's Magnay picks out Langstaff, who's dropped deep. Plays it back to Bailey. Bailey now looking to get the ball moving forward out to Taylor Charters. Brings the ball down. It just danced away from him, but he got there. Back to Story. Story under pressure. Calmly gives it to Bailey, who has dropped deep to get a little bit more action here with the ball. Gets the halfway line, passes it back to Story. Story just gives it to Ollie. Back to Story. He's in the centre circle inside his own half. Now across to the right-hand side where Magnay plays it into Campbell. Campbell, dispossessed, wins the ball back, and then Kedwin Scott picks up loose ball. Tried to give it to Mally, but the ball falls to Taylor Charters. Plays it inside. Mally, first touch to Ollie. Nice stuff. Ollie dinks the ball in there towards Kedwin Scott. Headed clear, and that would have been beautiful if it had just fell to him, but Gateshead back in possession with Magnay. Plays the ball centrally there. Oh, nice first touch from Langstaff. Keeps the ball moving out to the left-hand side. Can we get a delivery from Charters? We can. It's been cleared, but only as far as Ollie. Ollie lays it off to Bailey. The screams for a shoot from behind her. Maybe some goal if there was one from there, but the ball towards Scott had to be cleared out there now. And it's going to go out for a throw to Gateshead on the far side. Mark Ross just happy to get rid of the ball.
Yeah, I think it's important that we just stay patient and we do try to break them down. It'll come eventually. It will come.
Well, we've got a throw in on the far side to Bradford now. So we're entering the last minute of normal time here. Alan Guest was. I'd love it if someone was listening to the game at another wedding, and what was I going to do? We're hoping that they're listening to the wedding, and when they said, "Has anyone got any objection to this wedding?" I shout yes.
For when there's a goal scored.
Yeah. Well, I know Bernard's still listening. We need to get a rope here in front of the commentary position to stop people walking in front. As now They try and build themselves. Bradford down the left-hand side, played into the middle. Ollie Johnson plays it inside. And now Fielden can try and pick out O'Dunstan, who's got himself forward into space, but Charters comes over to close him down. Played inside, back to O'Dunstan. And now the ball's going to come into the box and skimmed over the head. Offside flag went up there. And it is a free kick to Gateshead, and we're about to see how many minutes here. 2 minutes of added on time.
Bradford protesting that. I'm not sure if that was offside.
It must have been the man on the far side that come running in.
Yeah.
That's because I think it was Lewis Knight. Definitely wasn't offside there when the ball went over his head. Well, James Gowland's put, I'm waiting for Campbell to make you horny again. It wasn't horny noises, it was pure excitement noises. As Tinkler pushed from behind, free kick to Gateshead just inside the Bradford half on the far side. An opportunity for Gateshead to ping the ball forward, but I think they're going to play it along the back as they passed it back to Bailey. Bailey to Story. Well, that is half time here. We've got a quick message from Bernard. He's put, I think there might be a divorce already, as the speaker is rather loud. Please don't divorce him. Have the cake first, at least. I'll get the presents. A solid performance. Bradford, they know they've made it difficult for Gateshead this afternoon.
They have. They've been very well organised. The first 5 minutes sort of very disorganised, but there was a lot of communication going along with the coaches on the side, and they fixed that problem immediately.
Yeah, but they say that they still are plugging away. They are creating chances. They made the goalkeeper pull off about 4 saves there in the space of 5 minutes. They've made them work. It's just going to make one of those chances pay.
I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen in this second half. Their concentration's going to slip at one point. We're going to utilise the width a little bit more. Robbie Tinkler on the right-hand side is going to get more involved with the support from this amazing crowd.
Definitely.
And Gateshead have got to push for it this second half.
I think they will. I think chances will go up. I mean, remember, we've seen it all season. Gateshead's energy levels last right till the 90th minute, and I think it's a warm day here today, and Gateshead is going to keep plugging away. Even if they are 2-0 up, 3-0 up, if they get a lot of goals, they'll still to that final whistle.
And when you are sitting without the ball and you're keeping concentration levels high, there's a lapse in concentration at one point, and it's bound to happen.
It certainly is. Well, we're going to have a little restroom break and get something to drink. It's 0-0 here. Emily Focus has just arrived. It's 0-0 at the minute, but Gateshead have had much more of the ball. And come on, Uncle Robbie. So I'm guessing that's for Robbie Tinkler. But yeah, so please do stay with us. We're going to play a little interval here, just the Heat Army podcast. Normally on a Thursday night. I'm not sure if there's something on this week with the Inspired Gateshead FC team fundraiser. I don't know if that's this week or next week. If it is on Thursday, we will rearrange the Heat Army podcast, where it is live, fully interactive. And this is a chat we had with Ross Black from the Gateshead FC Foundation. I know we've played this out a few times. We will put up a new highlight for the next commentary. But this is what the show is like. It's fully interactive like this. You can send in your messages, and we will be back with you ready for the second half. Well, I don't know what happened at the end of that video. The Gator badge was supposed to be behind it, so I don't know what's happened there. But from things looking bad to things looking beautiful, Ross is with us now. How are you doing?
Hi, lads. You all right? I'm doing well.
Well. Not better now, Ross?
Oh, a lot better, thank you.
Good. So we had the lads on from Inspired and the team last week, and things are looking very positive from the foundation. Another string to the bow with the club with that team being introduced. But we spoke to obviously the lads, and there's a lot of work to be done to get that team to the Costa Blanca. Is there anything that you want to add in the way fans can get involved to help with getting them there?
Yeah. So luckily enough, I met the lads today. So we had another meeting with the club and the foundation ourselves. Inspired. We've got now in place 2 bucket collections for upcoming home games. So they'll be announced when it's all set in store. So that'll be good. So the lads as well who will be involved in the tournament will be there. So you can chat to the lads when you're on the way in the ground. Inside the concourse area. I'm sure you'll see them. It'll be good just to get them familiarised with the rest of the fan base. Because they are going to be another Gateshead FC team out there. We're going to have a big push on player sponsorship. As if like the normal first team does, and the ladies team, so you can sponsor a player once the teams are announced. That'll be another big way. We've had talks about potentially doing a 24-hour football match.
Yeah, that was mentioned last week. That'd be
good if we could get that streamed as well, so you can donate whilst watching the stream. That was something we talked about today, which we would hope to get involved in. And from a foundation point of view, we're all going to be doing, it's not just a one-off thing. We're hoping to take this further so that we can compete under the Gateshead FC banner in Britain, in leagues, in competitions with fellow disability teams up and down the country. And I feel like this is just the start of things to come, hopefully.
To say that I'll just say this and then Mickey just to say it's another string to the bow. We would say how far we've come in such a short space of time since we all know what happened. To have a ladies team and now moving on to having this and having a disability team is just showing you how much the club is growing and reaching out.
100%. Like I say, we'll get on the other stuff with the foundation as well after we speak about Inspired. But it's great that they felt comfortable to come on board with the foundation and the club. We're building relationships there that are going to take the club to the next level. And I think also we're learning as a club that we are a hub of the community, and I feel like since we've become fan-led and local business-led, it's really had that feel to it, which, of course, we've always had a great relationship when Graham Wood was in charge. But this time we've got to go out there and do it ourselves, and I feel like as a foundation, and a shout out to the trustees as well who work non-stop to get these links and make sure that these links are out there, and I feel like we're getting to a point now where we're starting to see a bit of growth and the name's out there a lot more. And I think that coincides with the field inside the stadium as well. Even before results flew up at the start of the season, it did feel a much more community feel to things. And what I notice as well on a match day is you do see a lot more families there now. And I feel like with the work the foundation's doing, the club's doing, and just the overall match day experience, that can be a good way to start. Seeing all the young lads and lasses coming to see the Gateshead and hopefully being the number 1 team is what you want.
Definitely.
I mean, midweek games, we always struggled. Nearly 900 there on Tuesday. I think the previous Tuesday we had a game was something similar, and getting over 1,000 on a Saturday. So things are starting to go up, and that's got to have something to do with the community-based themed in the club. It's got to have, in my opinion, it does anyway.
Yeah, I think it works hand in hand. I think if you're inside the community as well and enjoying the football club, then it comes to a point where you want supporters there that aren't going to come just when we're doing well. Because at the moment, we've got to capitalise on the good performances we are doing, but we've also got to build a platform where the services we're doing in the community is then reflected in fans being brought on. So that would be one for the future.
I mean, obviously, when the foundation got put in place, it coincided with the pandemic starting, and it was kind of I'm not going to say baptism of fire, but the foundation was maybe drawn into things that it didn't think it was going to be drawn into. And I know it wasn't done for a PR side, but it goes a long way when people on social media was seeing Ben Clark, the Gateshead Tops, out there, people doing things, in the club being seen to be active in helping the community when it wasn't about the football, it was about the community. and everyone around here to make sure everyone was all right, and also on a mental health front as well, with the phone number that was out there. There were so many strings to that bow that were tied up straight away and were put into action that maybe you would think could probably take a little while. I think it put the foundation in a light that maybe elevated it a little bit quicker than what it would have just, reaching out initially. It got knee deep into the community right at the beginning.
Yeah, 100%. Like, even just before the pandemic, we were lucky enough to get links with the Gateshead Food Bank. And before one of the home games, we had a big, massive food collection. And I don't think we knew how big it was going to take off and how well the fan base would respond. And the Gateshead Foundation would, the food bank, were over the moon with how much food was brought in by the fan base. They said it was huge. And that's one thing we are still going to do. We had 3 dates slotted in, and due to COVID and the FA Cup and that, we haven't managed to get that done yet. But that's definitely one thing we're going to be doing upcoming. And there's a few things, like Ben and doing such a good job, and the other coaches are on board. We're now in 6 schools in the Gateshead area.
That's fantastic. I know that was always a big thing ever since I've been a Gateshead fan, the club wanting to get into schools, and whether it was a case of getting it done or not having the resources to get it done, having it now in place is just, as I say, we keep saying it, there's so many positives at the moment, and but it all goes down to the hard work of the people behind the foundation, people like yourself and the trustees.
Yeah, the whole trustees, I list them all off, but they probably wouldn't want a thing, but the work they do, behind the scenes, they put in the hard yards, the attend the meetings, they apply for grants, they get things done. Like I say, the walking football sessions, they've been very successful. We've got 4 on now in the area.
We're not selling out. Every time you look, they're full.
Yeah, they're very busy. And the good thing is, for me, is we're getting different people in of all ages for the open ones, and then the select ones, we're getting people who are coming in for the first time maybe, and they're feeling comfortable. And the good thing for me was I seen 2 people who were seeing the walking football then in the crowd. You know what I mean? And it's something that you hadn't. It's all about one community and one big fan base, and that's what, getting people out there, getting healthy, having exercise, walking football. And I know it's just walking. It sounds silly, but when you do it, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Yeah.
You don't have to
your first touch is as bad as mine.
But yeah, the Junior Heed Club as well, you'll notice that's on again this Saturday, so for any young kids who are massive Gateshead fans, or even if they're not, they just want to play football, they get a good coaching session with Ben. I've seen him work, he's brilliant at what he does, and that's on every Saturday. You can just go on our website, the Gateshead Foundation website, and you can register there and get that done before match day on a Saturday, so the kids can go have a training session with Ben, and then hopefully come watch the lads at 3 o'clock, And when I was a kid, we went, I just turned up the matches and I had that on top, it'd be brilliant. And I feel like that would be for the young Heed Army coming.
Well, that was a little highlight from our normal show. We have guests, players on, former players, and everything in between. If you would like to join us, keep an eye on social media. Do follow us on all our social medias. We're on Facebook, Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on them all. And we've got a little bit of an interference there. So please do join us. We'd love you to come on, even be on the show. Normally on a Thursday, 9 p.m. I'm not sure if that may clash with a event being on. So if it does, we will change that time to a one that doesn't clash with anything. So please do remember, subscribe. It really does help us. We'd love to reach more people. Share the show as well. And we've got a couple of little shout outs there. Arvid, our Norwegian fan, is listening in from Norway, of course. He's got us on the big telly and he's sitting back enjoying that one. So we hope it's as sunny in Norway as it is in Gateshead here this afternoon. But will the sun be shining down on Gateshead at full time? You won't miss a kick yet in the second half. And let's say my co-host at the minute, Charlotte Potts, she's just looking for a napkin because she spilt her soy sauce all over the table. And just a little secret as well, she doesn't know that I'm saying this, but she spilled her soup on Tuesday night as well. So let's say we'll keep that between ourselves. But so it is fully interactive as ever, and we want you to join us and be part of the show. Send us in messages, as some people have already done. And we've got a Strange noise there coming through. Hope that didn't come through there. Many there today, says Paul Fennick. There is a stand full, Paul. It is absolutely rammed here in the Tyne Weir stand. Probably the best attendance for a league game for many a year. So hopefully they leave happy with 3 points in the bag for Gateshead. And Charlotte, I've got to let you into a little secret I told everyone about your spillages tonight, this afternoon and on Tuesday night. And so what was the attendance there, Mickey? I think it's 1,800 and something is the attendance here. What a fantastic attendance. Would have been nice to hit the 2,000 mark, but hopefully these people come back if they see 3 points here this afternoon.
Hopefully.
Certainly
It's
is.
starting to get chilly now.
It is. Charlotte is. You haven't come, like as I say, underdressed, but you wish you had another layer.
Well, I mean, I've got a jumper on.
Yeah.
But it's red hot out there. I wasn't expecting this much shade.
Oh yes, I've made the mistake of coming here in pre-season in shorts and being absolutely freezing. So we get the wind just off the Tyne, and it makes a difference, doesn't it?
Definitely. So everyone now knows I'm clumsy.
They
Yeah?
do know that you're clumsy. So yeah, Charlotte, she's spilled her soup and she's spilled her soy sauce.
I mean, a lot of people already knew that when they seen that
Yeah.
video falling off the deck.
Yeah, I was going to say. Well, I'll go through the half-time scores in the National League North. It's Alfreton 0, Southport 2, Blythe 1, Hereford 3. And that's my mic there. Sorry if that's an interference to anybody. Oh, there we go. So I'll go for that again. Blythe 1, Hereford 3, Darlington 2, Boston United 0, Farsley 1, AFC Telford 0, Gateshead 0-0, of course, here. Gloucester 1, AFC Fylde 0. It is Guiseley 0, Chester 1, 0-0 between Kettering and Chorley, 1-0 to Kidderminster at home to Kirknash and Spennymoor 0. Brackley 1, and the final one of this afternoon at half-time is York 0, Leamington 0. So that is how it stands at the moment, and Gateshead will be looking to get amongst the goals here in the second half. There was a fitness test being done on Bradley Doherty in the half-time there. Number 9, the physio is out there watching him run about, so keep an eye on that. We might see a change early on in the second half if something is niggling away on their number 9. But yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting second half. Gateshead, we'll hope to see more of the same. And what have we said? So, Alan, we've got some messages here. 1 second. Madeline's first game today. Hope there's a few goals in the second half. Well, hopefully Madeline does see that. We've got a message from Sam Henderson. We're having to watch. We're having to watch from home today. Good, we're not there. Italia Rosie isn't well, so I hope she's all right. Uncle Robbie Tinklers, yes, it's biggest fan. So fantastic. So thank you for your message. And I say, Alan Guest, I hope it's not going to be one of those games where the Heat huff and puff and not exactly blow the house down. Well, to say we know what we're going to get from Gateshead. They're going to work hard. They're going to keep going and keep plugging away. And hopefully the goals will come. Always worried because I'll let you in a little secret. These commentary mics sometimes collect a lot of saliva on the, and you have to flick the mic. So sometimes you might hear this noise, and I'm always worried in case I flick spits down someone's neck. So if anyone's listening at the wedding still,
just get back that person who spilled their hair. They'll be on you before.
That's what we do. See, we're not just giving you a glorious wedding background noise. We're giving you insider secrets as well on the commentary game. So there we go. So if you ever see someone with a mic flicking it, that's why they're doing it. Right, people still coming back in from their half-time beverage and toilet break. And Gateshead not back out yet. Though Bradford Park Avenue are out there. The pitch is not as sunny as it once was because the sun is coming behind the Tyne Weir stand. As Gateshead come out now, led by Greg Ollie. And a great response from the crowd behind us. Can we see them push forward and get a goal or two here in the second half? You won't miss a kick with us. And remember, please do like and subscribe. It really does help. We want to reach more people on a match day that can't make it to a game, whether they're isolating through COVID, working, living too far away, or even living abroad. Dave Edwards is put, here we are, just as I was mentioning. Unfortunately, I'm stuck at work today, but appreciate the commentary from you both. Second half, 3 goals for the Heat. Well, I will take that any day of the week. Dave, thank you very much for your message and keep that coming. Right. You see, Gateshead will be shooting from left to right, shooting towards the fell, and then Bradford Park Avenue shooting towards the River Tyne, and I keep pressing on that. There we go. Fixed it. Apologies. So yeah, we're waiting to get underway here. Referee's just talking to Adam Campbell. And we really do need to get a rope up to stop people running across here. I'm worried in case someone catches a wire or something, you know. It's but we're going to get underway here. Well, referee just checking his watch. And now we're underway as Bailey plays it across to Charters, who's in the sunshine. Back to Story. Magnay. Back to Story. Now Magnay can play the ball forward, and it nearly flicked out to... Oh, well, Malley wins the ball back now. Tinkler has to hold the ball up. It wasn't Malley, it was Kedwin Scott. But now it falls to Kedwin Scott on the edge of the box. Can he cross it in? He's played it to Campbell. Campbell wants to pick out a black and white shirt. Goes for... deflected. He's still got the ball, though. He's doing really well. Gets it through to Ollie. Ollie, still going to get to it now. He leaves player on the pitch. On the shot. Deflected off the shins and cleared. And Gateshead just in space in the box, just couldn't get the ball from underneath the feet.
I mean, they were fighting over that free kick there, but they're passing it in the box as though they don't want a shot there.
You were just hoping it would sit up for somebody. There was some lovely little touches, but it just wouldn't sit up, would it?
There was a couple of opportunities also.
Well, it is Akeem Hines that's going to take this throw in. Puts it down the line. There's Doherty. Tries to get past three players, and he does. He's twist and turn, but the fourth player was too much, and Gateshead can come away with the ball through Bailey, who looks to get the ball moving, gets it to Taylor Charters on the left-hand side of the pitch, and plays it down the line, gets it to Langstaff. Langstaff plays it inside to Campbell. Campbell has to give it to Malley. Malley back to Bailey. Bailey plays it across to Ollie in space, and now Gateshead get the ball moving forward as Tinkler brings it down well, cuts inside. People crying from the shoot, goes across to Langstaff. Offside flag goes up. That was FIFA stuff there from Gateshead. And, well, they start the second half like a steam train. But offside flag went up. But Tinkler, just beautiful stuff from him there on the edge of the box. We're into the 48th minute. Still 0-0 if you just joined us here. Gateshead with much of the better of the ball, making the goalkeeper work more in the first half. And they'll be looking to do the same here in the second half as the ball bounces right through from the goal kick. And Tinkler calmly passes it back to Marshall, who gives it to Magnay. Magnay then puts it across to Story, who strides forward with the ball now. Plays it forward to Malley, who turns. He's going to put it out to Charters on the left-hand side. Good stuff and gets played in the centre. Here comes Ollie. Shot into the keeper's hands at his feet. Either side of him, and that was going in the back of the net.
That was a good effort. Louis Story just drove in with the ball. He might have to do that more frequently to be able to drag them out.
I don't think Ollie thought that was going to come through. I think he thought the defender was just going to poke that away.
Yeah.
Magnay nods it across to Charters. Charters plays down line to Langstaff, who does well under pressure. Holds the ball up. Can he get past the man? Too many is now Doherty. Can lay it off to number 10, which is Ollie Johnson. Johnson plays it out to Akeem Hines, who's on the overlap, crossed in there, and the header just over the bar there, and that's the best we've seen from Bradford Park Avenue in this match. And it's a goal kick to Gateshead.
The first clear chance, isn't it?
Yeah. That's the first time we've really seen Hines get up the line, isn't it, and put something into the box. There's Magnay.
Yeah, I think Philip Marshall wasn't happy that there was a chance.
Yeah. It's back to Marshall, who is outside his box, clears the ball up the pitch towards Tinkler, who's in acres. Can he bring the ball down? Keeper's in no man's land. He put it across to Scott.
I thought he was going to shoot.
Yeah, the keeper was scrambling to get back there. So Tinkler's come into this second half like a man possessed at the minute. He's in real attacking
What did I
There he is.
predict? What did I predict, Dave?
You did
He's next
predict.
to the crowd. He's motivated. It's going to come down this right side quite often, I think.
Well, Gateshead build again from the back. Story gives it to Malley, who drops deep. Gives it to Bailey, who's in a makeshift back three there for a second. Magne back to Bailey. Bailey's going to pass it back to Marshall. Marshall has options, but he's going to go along with this one out to Taylor Charters. There's a slip, gets through to Charters, chests the ball down. Can he get past his man? And O'Dunstan puts the ball out for a throw level with the corner of the box on the far side. But we're definitely seeing Gateshead with a little bit more drive and determination, getting the ball moving forward quicker in this second half. 1,800 here, just over. Fantastic attendance. Will they be treated to a Gateshead win as Malley has the ball? Plays it down the line to Charters. Charters, can he cross the ball in? He can. It's all went behind Kedwin Scott and it's been cleared. Magne comes in and does well. And now it's with Bailey back across to Charters on the far side, who looks up. It looked like he was going to cross it, glaze it off to Macaulay Langstaff, who puts it across now for Ollie to chase onto. Is going to hold up for him. It is. He's going to keep it in. Gets past his man, does really well. And Ollie, along with dead ball length, pulls it in. Now he's going to follow Campbell over the bar. Tipped over. Oh, lovely vision from Ollie just to pick out Campbell.
That was a real chance. That was a clear-cut chance. The one that you can't really afford to miss.
Beautiful stuff from Ollie in the build-up. The way he just darted round Ollie Johnson there. But now Gateshead have another corner.
Bradford's keeper's playing very well.
And he's definitely kept the minute as Ollie now puts this one in towards the 6-yard area. Oh, Bailey was coming in and nicked off his head, but it's going to fall now to Tinkler, who'll win the foot race. But out it goes. Oh, come off a Bradford Park Avenue player to throw into Gateshead, just near the dugout. Well, Tinkler receives the ball back, gives it to Magne. Magne across the other side of the centre circle to Story inside the Bradford Park Avenue half. Now Magne just on the halfway line, lays it out to Campbell on the right-hand side. Campbell looking to get the ball forward as he dinks it over there for the run of Langstaff. Lovely flick to Tinkler. Can he finish it? Pulls it back. Campbell. Oh! Tinkler! Oh! Offside flag goes up. And I thought he was just going to nestle that in there.
Could you get any more unlucky?
Oh, well, the Bradford Park Avenue keeper's down at the moment.
It was like a game of ping pong.
It was. But lovely stuff. The way they're passing it around the box, it just needs to fall to when there's a gap to put it in the back of the net. And the Gateshead fans in full voice, they're liking what they see at the moment. And why not? As Ian Watson applauds his players, he wants more of the same.
If they keep this up, the look's going to change at some point.
Well, we've got a player down, and that's taken the sting out of the game here. It is the player that did have the fitness test at half time.
Brad Doherty?
Yeah, it's Brad Doherty, number 9. He was having a fitness test with the physio. The physio's with him now. He was doing like bursts of speed, and it was his thigh. He was sore. He was rubbing. He didn't seem to have much acceleration. Did kind of think that he might not last that long, and that looks like it could be the case. It's definitely his knee, isn't it? Knee on the top of the thigh. And it looks like Bradford Park Avenue are taking this opportunity to take on some water on board at the moment. But not a break that you wanted the way Gateshead were playing at that moment in time. Well,
both teams take an opportunity to have a little break.
It is warm out there when you're in the sun. Of course, we mentioned here. Yeah, and Brad Doherty looks like he might have played his last part of this match here. Off he comes. A little surprise. He was having the fitness test. It did look like the physio was maybe consoling him that he wasn't going to be on for the second half, but he must have been able to talk his way through. But now Nicky Clee is going to replace him, who looks a stockier version of Doherty.
Tell you what, Dave, I wish we could get some sun.
Oh, I know. I think we might have to ask Bernard to move the commentary position to the other side. But then again, if it rains over there,
you're screwed.
Yeah. Well, Nicky Clee comes on.
Substitution for Bradford Park Avenue.
Well, now we can take this free kick as Sykes Kenworthy has been, well, we're waiting for a Bradford Park Avenue player to stop finishing his tying his boots. The referee said he's stopped the watch, so I think he's aware there's some tactics being played here by Bradford Park Avenue with the timing issues. But 55 minutes gone, 0-0 here, and Gateshead started the second half very well, but it's a throw to Gateshead. Oh, yeah.
Must have went out for a throw.
It was headed on by Nicky Clee, and it looks like they've had a bit of a formation rejiggle because Nicky Clee's come on and he's playing left back, isn't he? Left wing back by the looks of it. Well, now Gateshead through. Ollie can try and build as the ball goes forward. Kedwin's got in a foot race, but the ball's going to bounce through to Sykes Kenworthy.
You can really sense from Bradford that there's a major disruption with Brad Doherty coming off.
Yeah.
They're sort of looking how they're going to adjust to this now, because they found their feet with that. They were well organised with him dropping in.
Well, it looks like Lewis Knight is going to be up by himself, supported by Ollie Johnson. By the looks of the way it looks at the moment.
Yeah, that's what they were discussing that.
I think they might have went with 5 at the back here because Nicky Cleese just seemed to be hovering about like a left wing back at the moment down here. If any Bradford fans are listening, maybe you can tell us if that is his position. As the ball is played down the line to Charters on the left-hand side. Cuts in. Ball goes to Malley, who puts over the top. Kedwin Scott, he's onside, brought down well. He needs to finish it. Oh! It just... Langstaff was coming through. It didn't sit up. Went straight through and cleared. And now Gateshead can build again as Story has it on the left-hand side inside the Bradford Park Avenue half. He's still going with the ball. Puts it out to Charters on the far side. Charters now whips a... Well, doesn't he? Cuts the ball into Kedwin Scott, and it's been intercepted, and now they can try and clear the ball. But Charters is chasing Hopper down, and now O'Dunstan can clear the ball up the pitch. And Story did dink it to Bailey. Bailey didn't expect it, and out it goes for a throw-in just inside the Gateshead half on the far side.
Yeah, I don't think it's 5 at the back. I think he's just dropping in when they're in a defensive
yeah,
block.
I think much like what we've seen in the first half, because he's went right up there on the attack, hasn't he? As ball's played down the line for Lewis Knight to try and get onto, but it bounces out for a throw to Gateshead. Into the 58th minute here, 0-0. Thank everyone that has joined us and let us know where you're listening from. So we've got Turkey, Arizona, Norway, and a few places in between. As Charters throws the ball up the line, there's been a free kick to Gateshead on the halfway line. Free kick. It's right on the touch line. On the halfway line, quickly taken. Now Story going to play it across to Magny, who can carry this ball over the halfway line. Looks to play it into the middle as Campbell puts a lovely ball out to Tinkler. Now he holds it up. Can he get... Oh, he put it through Nicky Clee's legs, but he was managed to recover. But Ollie's closed it down, and out it goes for a throw into Gateshead. That pressure we talked about in the first half, Charlotte, is still there.
Absolutely.
Tinkler finds Langstaff, bounces off the top of his foot, and free kick given by the referee after Bailey brings down Ollie Johnson.
Yeah, that was just a little bit clumsy from Bailey there.
Well, they're going to take this one long, an opportunity to get this ball up onto the edge of the box. It's going to be the keeper, Sykes Kenworthy, to take this one. It's about 10 yards in from the Gateshead bench, maybe a few yards down. The ball goes up, and Tinkler's going to leave that, and that is going to bounce out for a Gateshead goal kick. I thought it was going to go the other side of the flag there for a second, but there we go. Wasted opportunity by Bradford there. You'd think at least get it up towards the penalty spot, wouldn't you, on the edge of the box? But now Gateshead bring the ball forward through Story, pass it back to Marshall on the edge of his box. He carries it a few yards. Now he looks to pump this ball up towards Robbie Tinkler. Hines comes in to challenge him, but he wins the ball. Now Campbell puts the ball through for Langstaff. He's offside.
Yeah, it was about 2 yards.
Yeah.
Offside.
Well, he adjusted himself to see if the defender was going to get there first. but then the flag went up. Finding a lot of joy through Tinkler here on the right-hand side. This 1,800 strong crowd get behind the team.
Yeah, we need to just be persistent now, I think, Gateshead, because Bradford Park Avenue, you can sense a little bit of fatigue kicking in now.
Well, ball comes off Bailey's head and goes out for a throw down towards the side of the box here. Well, Nicky Clee is drying it off here. The referee's saying, well, to be honest, he went where it went out. The referee's dragging him up a few yards here. Don't see any protest. It's a slightly better place for whipping a ball into the box, but we're going to see a long throw here from Nicky Clee, the substitute, as he launches this one in towards the corner of the 6-yard box. Cleared as Campbell's going to get there. Little touch. Now he thinks the ball forward for Langstaff to run onto. He's got the ball. He's got in front of Hind. Holds it up in front of the box. Sorry, the box in front of the bench as Campbell couldn't really do much with that the way it was played to him. But lovely stuff from the captain. Ollie dispossesses Ollie Johnson. The ball across to the far side. Looked for Kedwin Scott. It just didn't have the legs to get there, and the cleared ball is going to fall to Story. Story looks to play the ball through the middle towards Campbell. Campbell chases it down. That pressure again just didn't fall to another black and white shirt. And now cleared by Bradford Park Avenue all the way up the pitch, and Magnier nods it forward. Richmond nods it back up. Story nods it down there to Charters. Charters taking it down left hand side, just checks himself, gives it back to Campbell. Now Malley just got a man in front of him there. Gator come away with the ball though. Taylor Charters busy to Langstaff. Lovely little flick there, and Campbell tried to get it through to Scott, and a nasty bounce there deceived Bailey, but Magnier was there to clear it up.
Well dealt with.
Now Charters again on the left hand side. Gator happy using both flanks as the ball comes through, and a little bit static was the Bradford Park Avenue defence there, and Ollie chases it down. Campbell goes for a shot from distance, didn't get the connection he wanted, and the keeper forced to make another save.
Sensing a little bit of frustration from a couple of the key Gateshead players. Adam Campbell is not necessarily reacting to mistakes.
Well, looks like we've got a bit of blood here from Owen Bailey. He's just getting washed off there. I've told him to get off the pitch here, referee. So Gateshead temporarily down to 10 men. Looks like, it's a pop nose. Didn't actually see the incident, whether it was a trailing arm or a clash of heads, but he's got a little bit of claret coming out there. Dan Ward has been warming up down the touchline, as is Elliot Forbes and Jack Hunter. Looks like we're going to see Ward come on, and a hazard it might be for Malley. Malley's went a little bit quiet in the last 10 minutes. There's Tinkler nods the ball forward, gets it temporarily down to 10 men at the moment. Tinkler picks up the loose ball from a stray pass and now passes it back to Marshall. Marshall plays it to Charters on the left-hand side of the pitch, who drives forward with the ball. Is Bailey allowed back on yet? Referee hasn't seen. Langstaff controls the ball well. Was he fouled? Referee says no. And now Bradford try and bring the ball forward. The referee still hasn't said if Bailey can come back on. And now it's Ollie Johnson, lays it off to Clee. Clee puts a shot. Oh, and the keeper left it, hit the crossbar. And that was a one shot across the bows for Gateshead there. Is now Bradford looking to apply pressure on when they've got a man advantage, as Bailey hasn't been brought back on yet. And I tell you, for a second there, Marshall again,
Twice.
A little bit relaxed there. I thought he might have grabbed that one.
The first one, he was too relaxed. Second one, indecisive.
Well, Bailey is back on the pitch. I hope that wakes Marshall up a little bit there, because that was
complacent.
Yeah, as the ball comes up towards, Hind's going to head it forward. It's going to fall to Campbell. Malley has the ball now. Can he get the ball to a teammate? He can it. It's a little bit scrappy at the moment, but Tinkler picks up the loose ball and lays it back to Magnier. Magnier now, calmly, passes it across to Story. Story can just compose himself. Going to give it back to Magnier. Oh, lovely ball through the middle to Ollie. Ollie's driving forward, puts it out to Scott. Can he get a ball across? He gets a cross in, but it's deflected, and it's going to be cleared up the pitch by Nicky Clee. And now it's going to land to Story inside his own half. Has time to control it and bring it forward a few yards. Lays it to Magne. And Magne looks to play the ball forward again. Picks out Campbell. Lovely little dink out to Scott. From Campbell back to Campbell. Lovely control. Can he finish this one? Oh, the ball just ran away from him. But Magne, not Magne, it was Macaulay Langstaff. Was going to drop to him. And good pressure, forcing a throw in on the far side. And Gateshead just need a little bit of luck for them balls to fall because the players were in the right areas.
Yeah, we are.
We're going to see this substitution now, and it does look as though it is Malley is going to come off here, and Dan Ward is going to come on. We know what Dan Ward brings to the side, very much like Malley, full of energy, and Malley leaves the pitch.
Definitely think it's time for this change.
Yeah, just to freshen it up a little bit.
You could sense the frustration from the Gateshead lads. They need a new positive mind to come on and just up the energy a little bit. Lift each other's spirits.
Well, we've had Dan on the commentary with us this season, and we prefer him on the pitch, even though he's very good at it. But he's probably one of the most improved players this season from that was kept on from last year. He said he wanted to play a more central midfield role to us on the Heed Army podcast in pre-season. Some eyebrows were raised because we thought he was an attacking winger, but he's looked fantastic so far in midfield. And Precious gets another throw into Gateshead on the far side.
Yeah, I really felt for him picking up that injury when he was doing so well and he had such a good momentum.
Well, Ollie has the ball near the corner flag. It's cleared to Charters, but now Campbell has it. Cross the ball across deep towards Tinkler, and just too much on it. Out it goes for a goal kick. But yeah, I think all the Gateshead players can see that Tinkler's having a lot of luck down that side. Well, not luck, he's finding the space, isn't he? Well, 67 minutes gone, 0-0 here. Gateshead turn the screw a little bit. They just need to maybe change one more gear and put the pressure on that Bradford defence because they're not enjoying the ball being in the box at the moment. As the goal kick comes out, and that goes straight out for a throw into Gateshead right in front of the Bradford dugout. Quickly taken by Tinkler, finds Macaulay Langstaff, who puts the ball through for Scott to run onto, but Hines there to knock it out, and the pressure keeps Bradford just want rid of that ball. They're not even trying to play it now. It's just out of touch.
They just don't want it on the pitch, do they?
No. Well, Tinkler with the throw in. He wants movement. Kedwin Scott's showing him in the corner flag there, but there is players moving about, jostling the space. The referee's telling them to hurry up, but now Scott gets it. He's got two players around him. What can Kedwin do? He's tried to play it off Hind. Hind managed to clear it, but only as far as force Bailey. Now Ollie has the ball, plays it through. Can Bailey put a cross in? He's put it across. It's come back to him. He's going to let it go for a corner. And you definitely feel the momentum getting a little bit more with Gateshead here. I think it has been the whole game, but we're starting to see a bit more.
I think that substitute made a huge difference instantly just by the confidence levels. He works well, Dan, with Adam Campbell.
Well, here comes the ball in from Ollie towards the back post, and it's nodded up in the air. Clee heads it clear, only as far as Charters. Charters has to chest it and control it. Gives it back to Magny inside his own half, and he's got time to control it and drive forward with the ball himself. Plays it out to Charters on the left-hand side. Langstaff now. Can he get past his man? There's free kick. No, fair. Yep. Is it free kick? Or throw in? Throw in on the far side.
You see Adam Campbell's dropping in quite a lot now because players are getting forward. He likes to drop in them pockets, doesn't he?
He does, and he can pick out a great pass when he's in one of those pockets. As Ollie takes it down towards the corner flag on the far side. Charters plays the ball and out for a throw into Gateshead. Came off Hopper. Now the ball's back to Bailey. Bailey quickly under pressure, but there, lovely ball from Campbell to Charters on the left-hand side. Can he get a ball in? He got it across, but cleared again by Bradford, and they're making no attempt to get it to a teammate up the pitch. It's just out of play straight away. Throw-in's been taken. Campbell crosses the ball into the box, and Kedwin goes down. A touch of the theatrics there, looking for a penalty, I think, but nothing given. And Ollie picks up the loose ball on the edge of the box. He's still going. Can he get it through to a teammate? It falls out to Charters on the left-hand side. Campbell now with the ball. Bailey He's got space to run into. He fancies a shot himself, and it was always rising. And it's a goal kick to Bradford Park Avenue. Well, yeah, I think you're starting to see heads drop in that Bradford Park Avenue side at the minute. They've still got a bit of fight. They're clearing the ball, but it's anywhere will do at the moment.
Absolutely, they just don't want it, do they?
Well, thank you, Alan Guest, for away the lads. Into the 70th minute here, halfway through that minute, and it's still 0-0. And at the moment, Gateshead on top, but they don't have a lead. As Story not to Charters. Just having a little look around to see if there's any goals around the league. There is a few. We'll go through them a little bit later on as Story plays a beautiful ball to Tinkler. Oh, it just skipped under his feet. He's going to keep it in though, but he's got pressure now around him. He needs some support. Dan Ward comes to help. Now he gives it to Dan Ward. Bailey lays it off to Magnay. Across the Story. Every player inside the Bradford half bar, the goalkeeper. And it's a throw in there to Bradford. It just slipped away. As York are winning 1-0 at the moment. Brackley still winning 1-0 away to Spennymoor. Don winning 2-1. Blythe 4-1 down now. 2-2 Alfred and Southport. But the only result that matters is here, and it's 0-0 at the moment. Can Gateshead find a way through to breaking the deadlock as the throw-ins taken by Bradford Park Avenue down the far side. Appeals for a foul there, but Gateshead can bring the ball away now with Magnay on the edge of the box. He carries the ball forward himself. He's looking for players around him as he gives it to Tinkler. Tinkler back inside to Magnay. Cross to Story. Marshall gets a touch now. Now he pumps the ball up towards Tinkler. He's in a foot race with Clee. Can he get round him? Clee just gets a touch and controls it, and he's going to clear this up the pitch. Anywhere will do. Only as far as Dan Ward, though, on the edge of the box. Bank picks out to Ollie. Ollie across the Charters. Gateshead have an opportunity to get the ball in the box, but quickly closed down. Now with Magnay. Camped out inside the Bradford half. Out to Campbell on the right-hand side. Can the ball come in? It can. Cleared by Hines. Oh, deflected like a pinball at the minute, but only as far as Magnay. People are screaming for him to shoot, but he puts it across the Charters. Now Dan Ward on the left-hand side of the box. Doesn't get past his man. And now Dunstan tries to play the ball forward for Lewis Knight, but Story's there. And Tinkler will pick it up just inside the Bradford half. Story calmly plays it back to... Well, now we can bring the ball forward through Story. Across the halfway lane, out the Charters on the left-hand side. As the Gateshead fans get behind their team. As Macaulay Langstaff's in acres of space on the other side of the box. He's trying to cut round in the corner. Has been given to Gateshead.
Just missing that usual lack of quality. That quality that we have. Makes you question whether they're a little bit tired after a midweek game.
I don't know. I think a little bit of credit to Bradford. The closing down the space in the box anytime Kedwin or Macaulay get on the ball. But Gateshead, they need to create their own look here. They're getting the ball in the box. It just needs to sit up for somebody. As Ollie is going to take this one. In it comes towards the near post. Was that a push? Appeals, but ball comes back out to Ollie. Ollie, can he get this ball in this time? He can. Took a deflection. Oh, goes right through and out it goes for a goal kick.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just the lack of quality in the crosses. Their first touch, it's bouncing off them.
Well, we've got...
They really need to start taking a little bit of care, because with that care, that's where they're going to get the look.
Well, we've got the best part of 17 minutes remain here at Gateshead International Stadium. 0-0 at the moment, plus added on time. There'll be a few. There's been some substitutions. So, best part of 20 minutes here. What can be carved out as Bailey wins the header. Hind wins the next header. Tinkler, though, puts it over the top. Harvin, is he going to nod this back to his keeper? He plays it back to him under pressure from Kedwin Scott. He clears the ball out of touch to throw into Gator just in front of their own dugout. Quickly taken to Kedwin Scott, who's right down the pitch. Takes a touch, plays it inside to Campbell. Campbell's got players around him, and as you say, just looked out of ideas there, Campbell. As the ball's played forward for Lewis Knight. He's in a foot race now. He's got Magny and Story in front of him. Charters is back to help, goes for a shot. Ooh, over the bar. And, Gateshead still have to stay switched on. Big thank you to everyone that's tuned in, that's joined us here. 0-0 at the moment at Gateshead International Stadium. Gateshead looking to stay top of the league. They will do if it stays like this, but they would like to have a 3-point gap. Because Brackley have a game in hand and they're currently 1-0 up away to Spennymoor. But still time for Gateshead to score here as Marshall pings the ball up towards Tinkler, who roars like a salmon, and Kedwin Scott got passes well, was a push down, appeals for a penalty. It would have been a harsh one. Being cleared, although having said that, everyone stopped, even the Bradford players stopped there with the ball.
It was a goal scoring opportunity. He fell on his back. Very difficult decision, that.
Well, Magny plays it back to Marshall. Bailey receives the ball from Marshall, gives it to Magny, who's on the right-hand side here, across the halfway line, plays it inside to Ollie, back to Magny. Magny plays it across to Story, just inside his own half. Now Bailey in the centre circle, plays it out to Magny, who's on the right-hand side. Well, Ollie for support. Ollie plays it inside there to Tinkler. Tinkler, good touch, brings the ball forward, puts the ball across goal. It's going to fall to downward. Can he get a shot off another touch? He's still going. Oh, and it's going to be cleared out for a throw into Gateshead. And just as I mentioned before, they just seem to get bodies in front of Gateshead players when they get the ball in the box. And there's a player down in the box here. I think it might be the captain for Bradford Park Avenue. He's up. Well, someone's asking they want to watch. Well, there isn't live streams for the games at this level. You've got to listen to us. That's the best you can do unless you can get here. As Tinkler gives the ball to Ollie on the left-hand side of the box. Right-hand side of the box. Oh, nearly in there, but it's going to fall to Macaulay Langstaff. He's on the edge of the box. He goes for a shot. Deflection. Can it fall? Oh, it's Kedwin Scott chasing it down. It's a real mess at the minute. Can he get a shot away? Oh, into the side netting. Oh, I thought the keeper might have got a hand to it there. I think the goalkeeper thought he did, but they're the referee, because he looked at the linesman, didn't he?
Very close.
Oh.
They're both eager for a goal now.
The fans are willing it into the back of the net at the moment.
They're getting that ball and they're just looking for the net.
77 minutes gone, nearly into the 78th minute. They need to stay focused up top, but they need to stay focused at the back because they're committing forward in numbers at the moment. As the ball goes through, foul by Knight on Bailey, who has 2 cotton buds up his nose. It's quite an appealing look.
Are they cotton buds?
That's a conversation for a different type of podcast. Now, as the ball goes over the top for Kedwin Scott to chase down, Hind plays it off Kedwin Scott. Kedwin was pushed down at time, and he's going to give a free kick on the edge of the box. Oh, he fell into the box.
That a free kick?
It's hard to tell. I thought he had his.
I thought it was a penalty.
I thought he had the ball in his feet trying to knock it past him when he pushed him down, but free kick nonetheless in a dangerous position.
Go to speak to the referee. I think it's definitely a penalty.
Well, this is about 10 yards up from the dead ball line, a yard outside the box. Well, it's actually not. It's on
not even a yard.
It's on the edge of the penalty box.
I'd like to watch that back.
Down the side. And what can Gateshead pull out here? The roof will come off if Gateshead can get this ball in the back of the net. As the captain Greg Ollie stands, wanting his players to get in there. I think this is going to come in with some pace. In comes the ball. It doesn't come in with pace. Goes towards the back post. Headed back across. Oh, and it's been nodded off the line and cleared. But Campbell's going to be there. Gateshead players still in the box. Can we get a delivery? We can. It's a curling one. Keeper plucks it out the air.
Very lucky by Louis. Unlucky by Louis' Story there.
Well, I think it might have been clear that. I mean, I don't think it was actually going into the back of the net, but he nodded it off the goal line as it was going across. "79 minutes, 0-0. If you are just joining us, Charter's header goes out for a throw-in on the far side, halfway inside the Gateshead Hall. We'll wait for this throw to be taken by O'Dunstan.
Your attendance this afternoon at Gateshead International Stadium
Gateshead, can they clear the ball? Campbell on the attack here, puts it up to Kevin Scott. He's driving forward, he's got two men. Macaulay Langstaff's breaking net. Can he get a shot away? Oh, great save by the keeper. Good break by Gateshead, but Macaulay Langstaff sees the ball out for a throw on the far side, covering every blade of grass. And
I'll tell you something, Dave. I think the goalkeeper deserves man of the match for this game.
he certainly does at the minute, but Charters lays it inside to... Oh, now downward, can he get space? Oh, it was taken off his feet. It's going to fall to Bradford player to clear it. Only as far as Magny chests it down on the halfway line. Gateshead have done everything but score here at the minute. Now Magny gets the ball back. Plays it into the channel. Edwin Scott just couldn't get ahead on that and goes through to the keeper. But yeah, Sykes Kenworthy, he's pulled off some important saves this afternoon. Some of them, they were straight at him, but he still had to stop them. But there, brave goalkeeper, and he read it quick, came out. His clearance as Bailey nods it back up the pitch. Nodded forward by the captain Harvin, up towards Magny, backheads it calmly to Marshall. Tinkler more or less playing like a right winger here. He's right up the pitch as Gateshead bring it forward through Story back to Magny, who, like Story, has had a fantastic game so far this afternoon. Now Magny has space to look up, play it forward. Ollie has the ball. Out to Story. Now Taylor Charters on the left-hand side. Cuts inside with the ball. Lays it off to Ollie. Ollie can see Campbell out there if he needs him on the left-hand side. Still going. Macaulay Langstaff left side of the box. Ollie, can he cut the ball back? Corner to Gateshead.
I mean, you've got to applaud Bradford Park Avenue's defending. Their mindset to stop anything coming in.
Well, Emily's just joined us. It's 0-0. And Taylor Charters, can he get... Oh, the ball was just took off his foot by O'Dunstan, and he can try and clear it up the left-hand side. He does. But there's Taylor Charters to bring the ball down, gives it to Campbell. Campbell lays it inside, just not enough on it, and cleared by Crook by Bradford, and Gateshead can bring the ball forward again through Story. Story looks to play it up to the left-hand side to Ollie. Ollie nods it to Taylor Charters. I think he's going to get the ball back. He has. Now Ollie cuts inside, plays the ball across the far side. Way too much on it, and out it goes for a goal kick. And, well, I mean, you've got to give the credit to Bradford, but they're not making much inroads to try and get the ball up the pitch. It's anything they'll do at the moment, and it's been that way for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, they're just happy with a clean sheet. They're not really they haven't got the mindset of wanting to go attack. It's just preventing Gates from scoring.
Well, Sykes Kenworthy in no rush to take this goal kick. 7 minutes of normal time remaining here. We're into the 83rd minute. As Bradford win a free kick. Ward adjudged to have backed into a player. This is an opportunity for Bradford to get players forward as the big men from the back come up for this free kick.
Who are in no rush to take this free kick either, by the way.
Well, Macaulay Langstaff, the only man that's left up on the halfway line, is marked by O'Dunstan and Hines. But we've got a set piece to defend here. It's a high defensive line. Clee puts the ball in towards the far side. Story wins it, gets it to Ollie. Ollie dinks it up for Campbell. Campbell, nearly got past his man. Don't think he realised, but Hopper plays it all the way back to Sykes Kenworthy, whose kick was cleared up. But Bradford managed to control it. Oh, that was a poor read of the ball. Kedwin Scott just didn't have the legs to get there in front of Hines, but it's a throw into Gateshead nonetheless. Ollie receives it back to Tinkler. Tinkler gives it to Ollie, back to Tinkler. Gateshead just probing at the moment now with Bailey. A little bit further down the pitch, back to Magny on the halfway line. Across to Story. Story carries it forward. He's got Charters in support on the left-hand side, who he uses now. Every man back for Bradford at the moment. So no, and the ball goes off Charters for a throw-in on the far side. Well, Bradford have come with a job to do here today, and they didn't want to concede a goal. There's still time yet, but they've put a every man back job on today, haven't they?
Yeah.
Well, we knew that this championship run-in would have its twists and turns. Are we going to see one today? As at the moment, Bradford Park, Brackley are winning 1-0 away to Spennymoor. There's the ball played down the line. Charters nods it. Bailey managed to clear it down the line, but only as far as the Bradford Park Avenue player who puts it over the top. Story puts it out of touch for a throw in on the far side, and at the moment, Gateshead have just lost the momentum. Throw in taken on the far side. Bradford driving with the ball towards the corner flag. It's whipped in. It's a high ball. Marshall can grab it out of the air, and can he get his Gateshead team moving forward as Knight blocks him, but it's rolled out to Bailey in the centre of the pitch. He drives forward now with the ball. Plays it out to Campbell. Is he going to keep it in? He has, but he couldn't direct it towards a Gateshead player, and just feel that the wind has went out of Gateshead sails momentarily. Bradford going to take this throw on the far side, down the line, looking for Knight as Charters nods it back, and Bailey manages to lay the ball off to Ollie. Ollie gets it to Story. Story now gives it to Magny. Magny can carry it forward a few yards. He wants some support. He wants a target. He picks out Tinkler. Tinkler now plays inside to Ward. Ward back to Magny on the halfway line. Now Tinkler has the ball. Dances past the player, but wins a throw in for his troubles. Gives it to Magny. Now Tinkler has the ball. Plays it through to Ward. Ward turns his man as he fouls. Free kick in a dangerous position here. 25 yards out. Ollie was going to take it quickly there, but now with an opportunity to get the ball into the box. There is a chance. The big men are up. Magny is the man back with Charters to mark Knight in the case of a breakaway. Ollie going to take this one. In comes the delivery. Bailey, was he being put? Falls to Bailey still. It goes for an overhead kick. It's going to fall to Clee, who slips when he clears it. And now Campbell picks up the loose ball. Can't get the ball moving forward. Ollie on the right hand side. Plays the ball inside. Oh, he picks out Macaulay Langstaff. Langstaff needs some support. He's got Dan Ward near him, but he checks himself, goes and lays it off to Charters. Charters under pressure, and at the minute, Gator just can't find any space on the edge of the box into goal kick. Ball comes off Charters.
Yeah, it just seems to be bouncing off them.
Well, Jordan Forster is for come on Gator. Hopefully one more chance to score a late winner. Well, the captain is down with a tight hamstring at the moment. As the physio comes on. One thing I will say is the referee's been quite quick on pressing that stopwatch anytime there's been a break in play. So the captain, Harvin, is down at the moment. Into the 89th minute. I'd hazard a guess there's at least 3 or 4 minutes to be added on here.
You would hope for, with the amount of stoppages.
Well, while we've got a break in play, Harvin is still being treated at the moment. Just looking around at scores around. What a game at Wrexham. It's 5-5 between Wrexham and Dover. Say Spennymoor Brackley in the 90th minute is 1-0 to Brackley. They're closing the gap on Gateshead as it stands to 1 point, but they have a game in hand. Next week's game will be very, very big. It was always going to be big anyway. Just a little bit more important now if the result stays like this, and Harvin all of a sudden can run. Magic sponge.
Just during the breaking play to announce the Gateshead next game is against Brackley away.
They're playing the
And
game
our next home
smart.
game is on the
Yeah.
9th of April against Chester, 3 p.m. in the stadium. 9th of April.
Well, we await this goal kick now. Harvin, he hasn't let him back on the pitch yet. Goal throw into Gateshead, just in front of the Bradford bench, as Bailey plays it across the Story. Can Gateshead get this ball forward into the 90th minute? 30 seconds of normal time remain. Tinkler receives the ball on the right-hand side, plays it inside to Ollie. Ollie plays it over the top. Nodded out for a throw in here. Can Gateshead get a long throw into the box? As Tinkler receives the ball, goes for a short one, gets it back from Campbell. Campbell gets the ball back on the edge of the corner of the box. He's got space to run into. I don't think he realised he had it. Crosses the ball over, falls to Bailey. Bailey chests it down, now out to Charters on the left-hand side. Oh, and he just ball control let him down and falls to Story though, the clearance. Now Bailey plays it to Campbell, out to Ward. Ward plays it, nearly fell to Langstaff. He got his half a shot away. The ball comes back out to Magny. Now Ollie gets it in towards Tinkler and cleared. 4 minutes have been added on here and we're into that now. Ball pass to Marshall. Marshall gets it to Bailey and the crowd urging Gateshead to get the ball forward. Now Charters on the left hand side brings it forward, puts a cross into the box. Oh, Ollie just couldn't get a head on it, and now Scott can pick up the loose ball ahead of Clay. Nearly loses his footing. Bailey, the ball on is Charters on the left hand side, but he stops, plays it in the centre to Campbell. What do I know? Campbell goes for a shot, didn't get the power he had in recent weeks, and straight into the keeper's hands. Yeah, well, there's enough time to carve out another chance or two, but at the moment, Gateshead have struggled to break down this resolute defence. As it's been Ollie Johnson goes down there, and what he gets, he was about to hold his head there till the referee told him to get up. As now Gateshead will say the crowd are getting behind him to get the ball forward. They know it's all being Gateshead. Can they finish it off with a goal? The Story lays it out to Charters. Now Ollie has the ball. Can he cross the ball into the box from the far side? He can. It's going to fall to Dan Ward. It just didn't sit up for him. It's been the story of Gateshead's afternoon. Now Charters gets the ball on the left-hand side. We need to get this ball in the box. Ollie plays it into the box now. It's into the... Oh! Macaulay Langstaff rose and just couldn't guide it goalward past the post.
I think that's been Gateshead's look the whole game.
Oh. Well, you would have hazard a guess we're into the second minute of the added on here. Tense, nervous time here at Gateshead International Stadium. 0-0 at the moment. Gateshead have done everything but score. Have they got one more in them? And Spennymoor have equalised at Brackley.
That's good.
What a result. Can Gateshead get this ball forward? Ollie now in the centre. Dinks it to Bailey. Bailey carries the ball forward. The crowd are dying for this ball to get in the box. Lovely ball to Taylor Charters. Can he cross it across? Oh! Edwin Scott! He's put it past an empty net. I don't even know if he got any contact with that. Oh! Throw into...
That was a great through ball, by the way, from Greg Ollie.
Spennymoor United have saved the day somewhat. Not that Gateshead have ruined it for themselves, but what an important goal that could be for Spennymoor United in Gateshead's cause. It's still playing there at the moment. Is there enough time for Gateshead to carve out another chance? The substitute Ryan Tulson is about to come on, and the credit to the referee, he's urging him to get off the pitch here. But come on, can Gateshead do something here to throw in to... He mustn't have got any contact with Kedwin Scott there before when that ball comes through. Because it's a throw in here near the corner flag, as Nicky Clay has been told here to move back. And it's 1-1 at Spennymoor. 1-0 here. Dan Ward, can he win the header? Beaten in the air, but Gateshead have the ball now. Charters on the left-hand side. The crowd urged him to get the ball forward. Passing back to Story. Now Magny has the ball. Can he pick out a pass? He can. He finds Tinkler. Tinkler gets past his man. Back to Magny. Magny needs to get this into the box. Lays it off to Bailey. Bailey now.
It's got to go. It's got to go.
Gets it to Magny. Can he shoot? Everyone's plays into the centre there to Tinkler. Tinkler on the edge of the box. Magny with a shot. Hits a player. Oh, keeper was planted.
Still alive. It's still
still
alive.
going as Tinkler has the ball. Lays it back to Story. The crowd want this ball in the box. As now he lays it off to Ollie. Ollie brings it into the box. Oh, and well, we nearly got Bailey got the header but couldn't get it anywhere. And well, is that all that's happened there at the moment? Just having a look, they're still playing at Spennymoor at the moment. It's 1-1. What an important equaliser that could be in Gateshead's cause. Still 3 points clear if it stays like this at both games. And Gateshead with a bigger goal difference. And there is the full-time whistle. It is 0-0 here at the moment as we say this. It is 1-1 at Spennymoor and Brackley. If that result stays there, it means that Gateshead have not really missed a chance. Although you might look back and say if it is a draw there, we missed a chance to go 5 points clear. But we didn't concede. We kept plugging away. Credit to Bradford. It was I'm not going to say a solid defensive display, but it was enough to stagnate Gateshead's attack.
You've got to give credit to Bradford. Their concentration, their focus, didn't slip. We've had a couple of chances. Looks never really went our way. Either their goalkeeper or their captain fully deserving man of the match.
Certainly did. They're still playing at Spennymoor at the minute. I can't take my eyes off the screen. The Gateshead players are shaking hands with the Bradford players at the minute. There's been a shift put in there by both sets of players. Gateshead, say you've got to take your hat off to George Sykes-Kenworthy. He pulled out some good saves. You can see Carl Magny there cuts a frustrated figure. You can see he knows it's a missed opportunity.
Absolutely.
But we kept plugging away. It wasn't for the want of trying. Gateshead, they were played right to the last second of the game and just couldn't get the ball to sit up for them in the box. But it's still playing at Spennymoor at the moment. I'm really nervous on this one. But the crowd, it's been a good crowd. They've been entertained. They've been given some good football.
It's been entertaining. It's been a very entertaining afternoon. We've stick to the game plan we've always had.
And it's finished 1-1 at Spennymoor. That is a result. So Gateshead still 3 points clear. The game down at Brackley next week is a massive game. If Gateshead can win that, they can potentially go 6 points clear with Spennymoor having a game in hand. But that is next Saturday. Today, they've been let off the hook a little bit. Well, not let off the hook, but the results have went our way. So this draw hasn't been such a bad thing.
I mean, you're seeing the lads walk off the pitch there. It's been the first time in a long time where they've came off bitterly disappointed. It might just be enough to give them that little boost of motivation now to go into this final part of the season.
Definitely. I mean, we knew there was going to be twists and turns. There was never going to be. You would always hope that you could win every game. This is a tough league.
Yeah.
Bradford, I think I can't remember if they were mathematically safe. I don't think they were. They're fighting for their lives as well. They want to be safe and playing at this level next season. Obviously, there's no easy games now. There isn't. I don't think there ever was this season. But it just showed you Gateshead have the fight, the will to take it right to the very end.
I think they can go and reflect on that game where they have went wrong, which I can't imagine they usually do every week.
Yeah.
They've been looking on performances of things going well and things going in their favour. Sometimes when you take a loss or a draw, you look at the little details. And that's going to work in Gateshead's favour now.
It certainly is. I mean, they can hold their heads up high. They did not give up. They kept going. They kept plugging away. And that tells you the calibre and the character of this side, that they keep doing it and keep plugging away. But, as I say, 0-0, another point on board. The game at Spennymoor pulling out a late goal. Whoever scored that goal, thank you very much. But it keeps this going very much alive every weekend now, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
It certainly does. Well, Charlotte, thank you very much for joining us. It's always a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to bring you 3 points. We had really big, high listener figures this afternoon. Thank you to everybody. Like and subscribe. Keep an eye on our social media for the next Heed Army podcast. Have a little look on our Facebook page and on our YouTube channel for the Q&A that was with Mike Williamson and Ian Watson on Thursday night. We put that up last night. There's some highlights on there. So all your Gator content is there. And a big thank you to everyone. And to the bride and groom over there in Corbridge, we hope you have a fantastic day. We hope we didn't spoil your wedding by being on in the background. Naughty Bernard McWilliams. But on that note, thank you very much, and we'll see you at the next home game.